Hello, good morning. Uh, Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dana.
Katina, so we'll get started. Uh, okay, so today we are going to discuss a paper. However, I'm not going to, just discuss a paper. I will try to make some questions as well, and we'll discuss them as well. Uh, Through the paper, we'll discuss some theoretical parts that we forgot, I guess. Okay, so first of all, I'm using the last year paper, which is 2023. So we have four main questions. All of them are structured ones. So you don't have anything to write. Like in management, you had so many things to write, but in C, it's very simple. There is nothing to write. In fact, I mean there is, but not really a lot. Okay, so there are four questions. The first question would be 10 MCQ questions. I'm talking about the last year paper. And the second one would be writing outputs for codes. And sometimes you would need to write little code snippets. We call them snippets, which means like one or two or three lines of code. Okay. And then you have theory questions and code snippets for the third question. And the fourth one, you have to write output, you have to write code, you have to write code snippets. You will not get a whole like to write 30 lines of code. Okay, you won't get anything like that, but you would get filling in the blanks or choosing the most correct one, stuff like that. Okay, so I found out that the paper generally targets pointers, data types, and operators, structs, unions, and stuff like that. Okay, so if you don't understand anything, or if I'm making any mistakes, you can turn on your mic and you can ask, or you can drop a question, and I will answer them as well. And this is more like a conversation. We have 30 people in here, so it's more like a conversation rather than a club, like a Kuppi. So I think you can turn on your mic, you can ask. Sinhala උනත් කමන්නේ, it could be English, whatever, we would answer and we would discuss. Okay, හරි. එතකොට we'll get started on this one. First of all, we'll move on to the first MCQ question. All of you have the paper, right? If you don't have the paper, please raise your hand. The paper would be on the group, so you can refer to that as well. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the question is, what was the primary motivation behind the creation of the C programming language? We have five answers. I need your answers first. Okay, so take a look at the question and drop in the chat or turn on your mic and tell the answer that you think is correct. කට්ටිය ආන්සර් එක දාමු. Okay, we Jude කියනවා E කියලා, අමින්ද කියනවා E කියලා, කවිෂ කියනවා E කියලා. තව කට්ටිය ඉන්නවද? හරි, තුන්දෙනෙක් කියනවා E කියලා. ආන්සර් එක E තමයි. මට මේක පොඩි මිස්ටේක් එකක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. මම 5 කියලා දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒක E කියලා වෙන්න ඕන. අවුලක් නැහැනේ. එතකොට හරි. එතකොට ආන්සර් එක E. එතකොට ඒකේ තේරුම තමයි C language එක. The C language was created to replace the assembly language for system programming. You know that the computers became much more faster and they needed ways to make the system a lot more easy to code. Okay, so C was developed to improve portability, flexibility, and while still providing the low-level access to memory and system hardware. Okay, so using C, there are a lot of a lot of operating systems were created, like Unix and all the other operating systems. So basically, the answer is E. Okay. So if you look at the above answers, to make the programs run faster, you should be able to know that it is not really an ideal choice. Okay, it's not really a good choice. And to create a language for web development, I don't know how that would turn out. Imagine writing, a system in C for web development. It would be way more harder than HTML and CSS. And to represent real world entities in programs, it doesn't really make sense for C. So that is also wrong. And the D, to simplify numerical calculation for scientists, that is also wrong. Okay, so you have to think about the answer in a different way, and these are easy questions. So a theoretical question. So we'll move on to the next one. What is the primary purpose of the main function in the C program? Okay, we have 5 answers. What do you think is the correct one? මොකද්ද හරි උත්තරේ? E. Okay. Okay. E. ජූඩ් කියනවා E කියලා, කවිෂා කියනවා E කියලා, අමින්ද කියයිද E කියලා. තව කට්ටිය මේ message එකක් දාන්න. Please, everyone drop a message and we'll discuss the questions like this. So it would be way more, easy. Okay. උසිත කියනවා E කියලා. හරි. Answer බලමු. So we'll take a look at the answer. Okay, the answer is 5. Congratulations, you have gained, I guess, 2.5 marks, which means you have gained. Wait a minute, 2.5, 5 marks currently. Okay. Okay. I have to talk about the main function. Okay, so other than that, I need to talk about something else as well. Okay, so in the main function is generally used to serve as the entry point of the program execution. Okay, so which means that if you don't have the main function in C, it would not execute. It would be just a file. Okay, so you need to have the main function to call other functions. Okay, so and the other thing is, there is another thing like this one. Int, argc, character, argv. This is used to get command line inputs. Okay, so in here the argc, which is the longer name is argument count. This is argument count. Okay, argv is argument vector. Okay, so can you explain what does these 2 lines do? Can someone turn on the mic, or do you have any idea about this code snippet, int main and this part? කරයි idea එකක් තියෙනවද මොකද්ද මේක වෙන්නේ කියලා වගේ? You have any idea as to what this is? Yeah, Jude said no idea. Okay. Okay, so okay. Sorry for that. Okay, so we'll discuss about it later. First of all, I'll discuss about the main function first. Okay, the main function must return an error or something, usually 0. Generally in the main function. Okay, so we use 0. Okay, so wait a minute, I'm going to my terminal. Can you see my terminal? You can see my terminal, right? Yes, nice. Okay, I'm turning on my code line, command prompt, not command prompt, my code editor. So okay, so first one would be to make okay, wait a minute, test.c, we'll call it test.c. Okay, so you can see it, right? This is an empty C file. Okay, so now I'm creating the main function. Okay, int main and return 0. What would this do? This would just execute without anything, and this would not do anything. Okay, this is just a function. Okay, so this is just a function. It would return something, nothing in fact. it would just execute and then it would close. Okay, so we'll go here and I am going to execute the program. Okay. 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 CD1. Okay. Don't worry about these stuff. I'm just trying to make an executable to run the program. See, as you can see, wait a minute. This is the output of the program or the executable file. And when I click it, nothing happens because there is nothing. So this is the main function. This is generally the main function that you guys know. Okay. So here the main function must return an error, usually 0, for indicating successful execution. Generally, we use main function to say, hey, this was successfully executed, and this is the thing that I wrote, right? Int main no argument. This means like this part. If you write the function like this, it means that the main function does not take any arguments. Okay. However, there is something else that we can do to make it a lot more interactive. Let's just say, I have a question for you. Okay, when I create ls, it lists the files. Okay, so when I does ls dash l, it gives me a long listing. Okay, and I can have a lot of arguments like this, right? Dash l, dash r, dash w, whatever. කාටරි කියන්න පුළුවන්ද ඇයි මෙහෙම අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා මොනවද මේවට අපි කියන්නේ මේවට අපි මොනවද කියන්නේ mic on කරත් කමන්නේ if you turn on the mic that's also fine like we are just 40 people in here no issue yep we call them flags මේකට කියන්නේ කොඩි කියලා flags means options okay so in C let's just assume that our program, you know, මේ කාටයි තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් කියන්න it's okay මට මේ WhatsApp message එකක් හරි දාන්න මේ අවුලක් නැහැ so මේකෙන් කියන්නේ okay so generally this is our program okay it doesn't take any inputs from the command line we can do something like this okay wait a minute okay wait a minute okay so can someone turn on the mic and explain what would these arguments be what are these arguments can someone explain again මේ වගේ type එක හරි explain කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කාගේ mic එක on කරලා again there is a way there is an argument called argc okay it is a type int and there is another called argv which is a string got it this character and star means it means a string right like a string snippet or let's just say a character array කටේට තේරුණා නම් yes කියලා අර okay thumbs up එක දාන්න තේරුම් නැත්නම් smiley face එක reaction එක කර දාන්න please I need reactions to see whether you understood this or whether you don't understand this one okay thumbs up Umaya thumbs up okay cut your smiley face down smiley face දාන්න it's okay if you don't understand this is a Kuppi so at least give a thumbs up or smile face okay wait understood okay okay some people doesn't understand this one so a function can take arguments right you got that right the function can take arguments do you know that right okay here a general function let's assume okay I'm making a new function okay so this is a function test fun I call this test function okay and this takes in arguments okay arguments means inputs for the function okay so if I say like this what would this function take? It would take an input called argc. Okay, this is just an input for a function. It is just a number. Okay, got it? And if I call it like this, if I call it like this, what would this be? This would be just a character set. Okay, a character array in fact. Okay, that if you give it like this is what happens. Okay, hari. එතකොට මේ මේකෙන් කියන්නේ දැන් මම දැන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකක් ගත්තොත් මට දැන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට ඉන්පුට් දෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. හරිද? මම ඉන්පුට් දෙද්දි දැන් අපිට අපි වෙන දැන් මේ ඔයාලට පෙන්නලා තියෙනා වගේ මට මෙතන ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට මේ ටෙස්ට් ෆන්ක්ෂන් කියලා දෙන්නේ. ඒකට මට ඉන්පුට් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ඒ වගේම මට මේන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකකට ඉන්පුට් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට ඉන්පුට් දුන්නාට පස්සේ අපි කියවනේ ඒක entry point එක කියලා. We said that it is a entry point for the program. Okay, so in that case අපිට මේන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකටත් ඉන්පුට් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාලා ls කමාන්ඩ් එක ගහලා මෙහෙම කරනකොට ඒකේ තේරුම තමයි ඔයා මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකට තව ඉන්පුට් එකක් දීලා කියන එක. තව ඔප්ෂන්ස් වගේක් දීලා. ඒ ඔප්ෂන්ස් රීඩ් කරන්න අපිට මේන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මෙතන in here there is a thing called argc. Okay, and there's the thing called argv. Those are the stuff that we use to get those arguments. Okay, I will show you an example in here. Okay, okay, so I have a course snippet ready for you. Okay, what would be out of the following code? Make a guess කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් මෙයා ඊළඟ පාර president වෙනවා. Okay, so this is something like this. Okay, this is an output that we have. Okay, so first of all we'll write this code. Okay, so I'm here and I'm writing this code. Meanwhile, if you have, you can also write this code if you have your computer. C equals 4 and okay, like that, and print f. Okay, so yeah, here can someone explain this code? Oh, can you understand this code at least? You might not be able to, right? Okay, wait a minute. I'll okay, කට්ටියට දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් තේරෙන්න ඕන මොකද්ද මේ වෙන්නේ කියලා. මේකේ පොඩි සීන් එකක් තියෙන්නේ. It's very simple to understand. I feel like we would get this for the exam. මට හිතනවා exam එකට මේක එයි කියලා. ඒකයි මම මේක try කරන්න මේක කියන්න. මේ okay, මේක එයි කියලා මට හිතෙනවා. Okay. කාට හරි තේරෙනවද මේ කෝඩ් එකෙන් මොකක්ද කරන්න කියලා? තේරෙනවා නම් thumbs up එකක් දාන්න, තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් මම කලින් කියපු විදිහට මාක් එක දාන්න. Okay, raise hand වෙනවා කට්ටියට තේරෙන්නේ. Okay, so nice. Okay, so this is first of all we'll run this function. Okay, we make run කරලා බලමු. Okay, if we get something, okay, sorry. Okay, අපි මේක run කරලා බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. Okay, so I'm going to clear this. Okay, I'm compiling my code and then I'm executing it. Okay, මොකක්ද අපිට ආවේ? You must provide exactly 3 inputs. හරිද? මොකක්ද මේකේ තේරුම? මේක execute උනේ ඇයි? අපි මෙතන ගිහිල්ලා බලමු. අපි මෙතන මම ඔයාලට මේ argc කියලා කිව්වා නේද? මේ argc කියලා කියන්නේ number of arguments. ඉතින් කොටුම කියොත් input for the program. අපිට මේ C program එකට arguments inputs දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, so අපි මේ දෙන input ගානට තමයි argc කියලා කියන්නේ. The argc means number of arguments for the program. Okay, got it? ඒකැල තේරුණාද? So here ඉස්සල්ලාම අපි චෙක් කරනවා මේ argc argument count එක 4ට සමානයිද? අපි මෙතන input කීය එකක්වත් දුන්නේ නැහනේ. එකක්වත් දුන්නේ නැති හින්දා මේක 4ට සමාන නැහැ. ඒ නිසා මොකක්ද දුන්නේ? මේකට else කියන එක run වුණා. else එකෙන් කිව්වා අඩු ගානේ output 3ක්වත් දෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Did you get it? ඒකැල තේරුණාද? Did you get that part? We need in here the argc means number of arguments for the program. Okay, so when we give the number of arguments in this program, it first checks if whether we have 4 inputs for the main function, else it gives an error. Here we didn't have any input. See, we have no inputs. Okay, කට්ටියට තේරිලා වගේ. හරි, දැන් මම input දෙන්න යන්නේ. wait a minute. හරි, ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන මේ මුල වැඩි තේරෙනවද ඔයාලට? So here we have argc. Argc means the argument count. So we are providing 3 inputs. Okay. Okay, so මම ආයෙත් මේ function එක run කරනවා. හැබැයි මම මෙතන මේ වෙලාවේ inputs 3ක් දෙනවා. I'm giving 3 inputs at this time. Okay, මම inputs 3ක් දෙනවා. Okay, the input 1, input 1, input 1, input 2, input 3. Okay, තේක නේද? අපි මෙන්න මෙතන දුන්න inputs, let's just say words or options are in the program now. The main function took the inputs from the command line and printed it out. So in the main function, however, I said if the argument count is 4, you might be wondering there are 3 arguments. Why does it say 4 arguments? Because the main function takes this one, the program execution part, as an argument as well. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන argument 3ක් විතරක් දුන්නට මේ කැලලත් එයා ගන්න argument එකක් කියලා. argument එකක් කියන්නේ අපි function එකකට දෙන input එකක්. main function එක කියන්නේ program එකේ entry point එක. එතකොට command line එකෙන් අපි මේ executable එකට කතා කරද්දී අපිට input 3ක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් මෙහෙම. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට ඕන තරම් input දෙන්න පුළුවන්. We can give infinite number of inputs. We can grab them. So we have this one. We have printed the first input from the command line. See, just like that we can print the second one, third one. This is an array of characters, array of character pointers. See, sort of general, simply character list or word list, the words being the inputs. තේරුණා නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක තමයි සරල අදහස. කොටිම කිව්වොත් main function එකට arguments දෙනවා command line එකේ. තේරුණාද? එක්කෙනෙක්ට තේරුණේ? හරි. අනිත් අය මොකද? What about others? Did you get it yet? Or you didn't get it? Okay. Okay. What about others? කවුරුහරි තේරුම් නැති අය ඉන්නවද? If you didn't understand, drop me a message on WhatsApp even. I'm using WhatsApp for messages right now. So you can drop in a message. මට තේරුම් නැත්නම් message එකක් දාන්න මම ආයෙ explain කරනවා. මෙතන දාන්න බෑ වගේ නම් අවුල්ලාගෙන එතන message එකක් දානවා explain කරන්න. So if you can drop a message on WhatsApp as well. I'm using WhatsApp on another tab. So if you can't understand, just drop a message. Don't keep silent. Okay. Hari. එතකොට මේක තේරුණා නම් okay. I need answers. Okay. General. Okay. I gave answers. Can you give the output for this answer? කාටයි type කරන්න ඕන එක output එක. මොකක්ද එන්නේ කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ වචනෙන් හරි කරන්න. කාටයි වචනෙන් හරි type output එක type කරන්න පුළුවන් ලොකු දෙයක්. ඒ කියන්නේ what would happen from this code? හරි මයික ඔන් කරත් කමන්න ජූඩ් ජූඩාට තේරුමෙන් හිට එක්ස්පලේන් කරන්න okay Jude says we would get an error we would not because this is the same thing that we coded down in there okay this won't give an error okay this would give an error if you run this without any command line stuff okay so yeah it would get an error if we don't execute this one if we execute this one on the command prompt see if I give no outputs it says this one see the argument count we didn't give any arguments so it says you must provide exactly 3 inputs and when we give 3 inputs it prints out these 3 inputs all of these are strings these they take it as strings and if we give more than 3 inputs it also gives the error because it checks for whether if it's equal to 4 not greater than 4 තේරුණා නේද මේක අවුට්පුට් එක එන විදිහ එතකොට ඔයාලට MCQ එකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ වගේ එකක් අහලා මේ මෙතන මේ මේ වගේ එකක් අහලා ඔයාලට දෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ වගේ කෝස් ඉන්පුට් එකක් දීලා මේකෙන් මොකද්ද කරන්න කියලා අහන්න පුළුවන් okay you would get an like question like what would this code cipher do see in C the main function can handle command line arguments using argument count see argc and argv argument vector එකක් කියන්නේ list එකක් ලොකුට හිතන්න එපා argument vector එකක් කියන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ list එකක් මේ අර අපි දුන්නේ input list එක මේ තියෙන්නේ and okay a typical use case involves checking if the correct number of inputs is provided okay හරි මෙතන මේකේ තව දෙයක් තියෙනවා මේ මෙතන මේ එකට එකක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා එතන කේස් එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ ඔයා ආගියුමන්ට් ආග් කියලා විතරක් දීලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ මොකද ඔයා ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකේ කතා කරන්නේ ආග් c වලනේ ආග් කියලා variable එකක් නැහැ හරිද එතකොට you have to call argc okay got it okay hari theruna neda if you understood just say okay nice got it okay he got it so people are sending WhatsApp messages if you have any error send a WhatsApp message or if you don't understand it send it I'll explain it here so argc counts a number of arguments passed including the program name ඒ කියන්නේ argc කියන එක නා මේ argc කියන count එකට අපේ program name එකත් වැටෙනවා මේ මෙතන මේ program name එකත් එක්ක තමයි මේ 4 කියලා කියන්නේ argv stores arguments as strings එන්න මේ argv කියන එක arguments අපි දුන්න input එක word විදියට store කරගන්නවා okay so it stores the arguments as strings to ensure exactly 3 inputs. In this case, excluding the program name, argc should be equal to 4. If fewer or more inputs are given, the error message is displayed. So, as you can see, you can use this command line inputs to do anything. Let's just assume it's a program and we want to get an area for the shape of a square. You can just say, hey, I need this one. I mean, like, you give it like this one. This is an example, okay? There is a software called, let's just say, calculator. This is a C program, okay? Calculator. And give me the shape. The shape would be square. Area. You give these inputs like this. And it would give the output. So this is not a command currently. You would get this output. So just like that, you can use this to get command line inputs. කටේරු තේරුණාද? ආයි කියන්න ඕනේද? මොකද? කට්ටිය මොකද කියන්නේ? කට්ටිය මොකද කියන්නේ? thumbs up එකක් දුන්නද කට්ටිය මොකද? තේරුණාද මේක? shape okay, some people have got this. If you didn't understand this one, contact me after this session and I'll explain it to you. Okay, so you got the main function and what it does. Okay, it's an entry point to the program. Okay, so the next question, what would be the answer for this question? මේකට උත්තරය මොකක්ද? Can you guess the answer? D. Okay. කට්ටිය D කියනවා. අමින්ද D කියනවා. කවුද D කියන්නේ? Does anyone have another answers? Like මොකද්ද තව උත්තර තියෙනවද? හරි. මේක පොඩ්ඩක් අවුල් ප්‍රශ්නයක්. So this is a hard question, sort of. Okay, AOC. Okay, AOC. Okay. Okay. This is sort of like a hard question. The answer is D. Why? This is the most important question. Why? So if we read the question, if we define int x, we have a variable called x which is equal to 7. And then we have a variable called y, and then we increase it. Okay, this is x plus plus means x equal x plus 1, which means we increase it. And it asks in a C program, what are the values of x greater than y and x equals y? So ඔයාලා දන්නවා comparison operator කියන්නේ මේවට, these parts. Okay, if you give output like x greater than y, if x is greater than y, we get the output as 1. If x is not greater than y, we get the output as 0. Got it? Comparison operators give outputs as true or false. Okay, true means in C, true means 1. 0 means false. Got it? True means 1, 0 means false. Got it? Okay. So, okay, wait a minute, sorry. So, okay, I want you to say, ඔයාලට මතකද x මෙතන x plus plus වගේම අර ඉස්සරහට x plus x කියලා දෙන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම අපිට මෙහෙමත් පුළුවන්. We can do it like this as well. Got it? Like, did you remember? This is called the pre-increment. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලාම increment කරනවා. Okay, and this is called post increment. ඒ කියන්නේ පස්සේ එකක් එකතු කරනවා. Okay, so this is pre-increment and post-increment. Okay, so okay, හරි, මට කෝඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා, මට මේ exam කෝඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා, මට මේක මේ ඔයගලන්ට explain කරන්න. So that's what I was looking for. Okay, you get this one. Okay, හරි. මම දැන් මේ ඔයාලට එහෙම එකක් මතකද? pre-increment, post-increment කියලා එකක් තිබ්බා. Here the answer is D. Okay, wait a minute. The x plus is the post-increment operation. ඒ කියන්නේ x කියන එක ඉස්සෙල්ලා තියෙනවා, ඒ plus දෙක පස්සෙන් තියෙනවා, which means this is a post-increment. Post කියන්නේ පස්සෙන් කියන එකනේ. So this is a post-increment operation. It means the value of x is used first and then x is incremented. මෙතන වෙලා තියෙන්නේ x की value එක use වෙලා ඊට පස්සේ එකක් වැඩි වෙලා y is assigned to the current value x, which is 7. then incremented by making it 8. Is ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මෙතන මේ කෝඩ් එක රන් වෙද්දී y equals x කියන එක තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම එයා ගන්නෙ. So in that case the y is equal to 7 and after that only the x is incremented. After this line it is 8. දැන් මෙතන x plus plus එක මුලින් තිබ්බනම් y කියන එක නා එවුනාට මේ x plus දෙක අන්තිමේටම තියෙන්නේ. ඒකේ තේරුම තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම y කියන x වෙනා x ට සමාන කරලා තමයි එකක් පස්සේ එකතු කරන්නේ. පස්සේ එකක් එකතු කරන්නේ y කියන එක නා අරයට සමාන කරාට පස්සේ. Okay? So the values of x greater than y කියන එක in that case it's correct. Okay, it's wait a minute. Okay, so the answer is actually not D in that case. Wait a minute. It's actually okay. Wait a minute. The answer is not D. It might be C. We'll see. If we run this program, okay, so I get a question. Mata podi case at තියෙනවා. Okay. First of all, I'm going to run a program to check. Okay, අපි දැන් අර අතන තිබ්බ ප්‍රශ්නේ මෙතන ගහලා බලමු. Okay. So here there is a variable called x int x7. හරිද? So we get that. හරිද? And then after that I equals x plus plus. Okay, and then we check let's just say check one is x greater than y and check 2. Okay, so these are what? These are ints. Why? The output from the comparison operators are zeros and ones. Okay, so this is correct. Printf. So we got for the D and we have digits. Check 1 and check 2. Okay. I mean මම මෙතන type එක දාලා නැහැ variable එකේ. හරිනේ? හරි. 10 ඒ කියන්නේ answer එක D. මේක කියන්නේ මේක post increment එකක්නේ. එතකොට x කියන එක්කෙනා බලනවා y ට වඩා පොඩිද කියලා. හරිද? එතකොට x කියන එක්කෙනා ලොකුයිද කියලා බලනවා y ට වඩා. එතකොට මෙතනදී අර x කියන එක්කෙනා 7 y කියන එක්කෙනාත් 7නේ. එතකොට ඇත්තටම මේක assume කරනවා x කියන එක්කෙනා ලොකුයි කියලා. මොකද y කියන එක්කෙනා ඒ වෙලාවේ 8 වුණා නම් මෙතන බිංදුව වෙනවා. හරිද? දැන් මම මෙතන මේ x++ කියන එක කෙනා ප්ලස් කියන එක එහා පැත්තෙන් හිටියේ මම මෙතන ++ කියලා දැම්මොත් හරිද මේ මොකද්ද මේ තියෙන්නේ pre increment එක pre increment එක කියන්නේ එකක් වැඩි කරනවා ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඒ කියන්නේ මේ x ට ඉස්සෙල්ලා එකක් වැඩි කරනවා ඒ කියන්නේ x++ කියන එක කෙනා නැතුව ඒ කියන්නේ ++ x කරනවා මේ දෙකේ වෙනසක් තියෙනවා හරිද so මේ දාන වෙනස මේ එතකොට මෙතන බිඳුව වෙලා ඇයි post increment එකේදී ඉස්සෙල්ලාම y කියලා ගන්නේ 7 okay pre increment එකේදී ඉස්සෙල්ලාම y කියලා ගන්නේ 8 ඒ කියන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා එකක් එකතු කරලා තමයි y ට සමාන කරන්නේ post එකේදී ඉස්සෙල්ලා 7 අරගෙන පස්සේ 8 ගන්නවා ඒක තේරුම් නැහැ කියලා හිතනවා ඒ නිසා මම පොඩි ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකක් ලියලා තියෙනවා හරි hello හරි මට දැන් මේකේ output එක කරලා කියන්න බලන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලාම දෙනවා post increment එකට example එක ඊට පස්සේ pre increment එකට example එක මේ code එක හොඳට බලා ගන්න හරි නේද? මම මේක සේව් කරලා මම ටර්මිනල් එකට ගිහිල්ලා මගේ කෝඩ් එක රන් කරනවා. හරිද? රන් කරනවා කියන්නේ එක්සිකියුට් කරනවා. මේ බලන්න මේ post increment එක කියන්නේ b++. ඒ කියන්නේ variable එකට පස්සේ තමයි මේ plus දෙක තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? increment එකට කලින් b කියන්නේ 5. හරිද? මේ බලන්න. increment එකට කලින් b කියන්නේ 5. මේ before the increment the value of b is 5. Okay, so before increment the value is 5. See, and then we use b++. Got it? We use this post increment. Okay, and look at this line. Okay, this is a third line. මේ බලන්න. third line එකේ මොකද්ද? post increment නිසා එක 5. ඊට පස්සේ අපි after increment ඒ කියන්නේ මේ line එක කරාට පස්සේ b කියන එක්කෙනාගේ output එක ගත්තොත් එතකොට ඒක 6. තේරුණාද? So if we use post increment at that time, like in this part, the output is the previous one, the original one. After going through this part, the plus part activates and then it adds 1. However, it is used after this line. මේ line එකෙන් පස්සේ තමයි මෙතන use වෙන්නේ post increment එකේ. ඒ වුණාට මේ pre increment කියන්නේ මේ ඉස්සරහට plus ඒ දාන එක. එතකොට මොකද උනේ? එතකොට මේ ඒ වෙලාවේ ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක use කරන වෙලාවේ තමයි 6 උනේ. See? Using ++a, okay, here and then after increment to take a higher, use කරන වෙලාවේ take a higher. See, when we use post increment, it is 5 when the in the use time. However, this one it's 6. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කියන්න කට්ටිය increment කියන එක දන්නවද කියලා? කට්ටිය දන්නවද මේක? increment කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා? Does everyone know what is increment? Okay. Okay, හැමෝම දන්නවනේ increment එක කියන්නේ එකකින් වැඩි කරන එක. Okay, for example මේ තියෙන්නේ x equals x plus 1 කියන එක තමා මේ තියෙන්නේ x plus plus කියලා. හරිද? තේරුණාද? ඊට පස්සේ මේක තේරුණානේ? මේ තේරුණා නේද හැමෝටම? හරි. ඒක increment එකක් කියන්නේ ඕක. හරිද? එතකොට මම කිව්වා වගේ type දෙකක් තියෙනවා. post increment, pre increment. post එකේදී මේ plus minus plus දෙක පස්සකින් තියෙන්නේ. ඒකේ තේරුම තමයි පස්සේ තමයි මේක execute වෙන්නේ. ඉස්සෙල්ලා අරකට සමාන කරලා. හරිද? හරි. එතකොට මේකේ කෙනෙක් අහනවා y equals x plus s වුණාම x ගේයත් වෙනස් වෙනවද? ඒකේ x equals 7. කියන්නේ x equals 7යිනේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේක මෙහෙම කරාට පස්සේ හරි. ඒක හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒ කියන්නේ එයා අහන්නේ දැන් මේක මෙහෙම තියෙනවනේ. එතකොට මෙයා අහන්නේ දැන් මේක කරාට පස්සේ x ගේයත් වෙනස් වෙනවද කියලා. අපි ඒක බලමු. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ මෙයා අහන්නේ එහෙම සීන් එක. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම එකක් අහන්නේ. නේ? එතකොට අගේ වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ x ගේ අගයත් වෙනස් වෙනවා. දැන් මෙහෙම මේකේ තේරුම තමයි මේක ඇල්ල ගන්නකො. මේකේ තේරුම x equals x plus 1 කියන එකනේ. එතකොට මෙතන x ගේ අගය වෙනස් වෙනවා 8 කියලා. හරිද? ඒ වුණාට y ගේ අගය මොකද්ද? y ගේ අගය 7. ඇයි මේක post increment එකක් නිසා. මෙතන පස්සේ මේක 8 වෙනවා. එතකොට හරි ඉතින්. ඒ කියන්නේ 8 මෙතන තියෙන 7 ඒ නිසා බිඳුව. ඒක හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ බලන්න. මේ ඒක හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒක නිසා තමයි ගොඩක්කට පැටලිලා ඇත්තේ. මේ ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ඕක තාම ඒ කියන්නේ පොඩි කේසයක් වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ ඕක පැටලෙන හින්දා වෙන්නේ නැති. ඔව් ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේකේ වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? x equals 7. ඕකේ. ඊට පස්සේ අලුත් වේරියබල් එකක් තියෙනවා y equals plus plus x කියලා. මේකේ මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? count එක එකකින් වැඩි වෙනවා. increment operation එකක්. හරිද? After this increment operation, this is a post pre-increment. Okay, so okay, we'll call it as this one. This is a post increment. Post increment එකක් කියන්නේ x ගේ value එක වැඩි වෙන්නේ මෙයාව execute වුණාට පස්සේ. Okay, so if we run this command, okay, if we run this file again, see it here, see මෙතන වෙලා තියෙන්නේ okay ඉස්සෙල්ලාම 7 තියෙනවා y කියලා අලුත් variable එකකට post increment එක use කරලා x වැඩි කරනවා එකකින්. හරිද? x වැඩි කරනවා එකකින්. හරිද? එකකින් වැඩි වුණාට පස්සේ මේ y කියන එක්කෙනාට වැඩිලා තියෙන්නේ මේ post increment එකක් හින්දා 7. මේක pre increment වුණා නම් 8 වැඩෙනවා. හරිද? මේක post එකක් හින්දා මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? x කියන එක්කෙනා මෙතනින් පස්සේ 8 තමයි. හැබැයි y කියන එක්කෙනා 7යි. හරි මේ බලන්න. නේ? post increment එක එහෙම සීන් එකක් වෙනවා. නේ? ඉස්සෙල්ලා 8 අරකට ඒ වුණාට අරකට 7. තේරුණාද? මේකට 7. තේරුණාද? නේ? මේකට 8 x කියන එක්කෙනාට 8 ආවා. හැබැයි y කියන එක්කෙනාට 7 ඇවිත් තියෙනවා. කාට හරි කියන්න පුළුවන්ද මම මේක මෙහෙම කරොත් මොකක් වෙයිද කියලා? මෙහෙම කරොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? නේ? ඒක pre increment එකක්. pre increment එකක් වුණාට පස්සේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේ y කියන එක්කෙනාටත් 8ම තමයි ලැබෙන්නේ. post එකකදී විතරක් අර මේ 7 කියන එක්කෙනාට ඇවිල්ලා පස්සේ වැඩි වෙනවා. ඒක අර y ට බලපාන්නේ නැහැ. It would not be affected by y. So first there is 7 and then after that there is y. So in that case, when you use post increment, it would not affect y. The y would stay as 7. However, in the pre-increment, the y would also increase by 1. See the difference. තේරුණා නේද? හරි. එතකොට දැන් මට මේකට output ගන්න හරි. නේ? මේක තේරුණා නේද දැන්? මොකද්ද මේ වෙන්නේ කියලා? තේරුණා නම් thumbs up එකක් දාන්න. තේරුම් නැත්නම් direct message එකක් DM එකක් හරි දාන්න. You could put a DM as well. If you didn't understand, just put a direct message on WhatsApp. හරි. කාටද තේරුම් නැති අය ඉන්නවද? තේරුම් නැත්නම් raise your hand. It's okay. ඔක්කොම තේරිලා වගේ මම මෙතන නෝට් එකකුත් දැම්මා post increment එකේදී increment එක වෙන්නේ ඒක use වුණාට පස්සේ නේ මම මෙතන වැඩි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා 5 post increment එකේ after that only it becomes 6 okay it returns the original value it gives the original value in the first place pre increment එකේ increment happens before usage return the incremented value. Got it? Got the difference? Okay. හරි. මෙතන post increment pre increment ගැන තව හොයන්න ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් බලා ගන්න. Most probably these things are coming without us even knowing. Okay? So these things generally you can see them but you can't really see them. I mean like you don't really give an attention to this stuff and then they come. Okay? So you have to think about that as well. Okay. So oh shit, the answer is C. Okay, so you can see the answer. The fourth one, everyone gets this right. Consider the following statements regarding data types you see. Int, character, double, and boolean are four basic data types. Strings, structures, and unions are three basic user-defined data types. C provides modifiers like short and long to adjust the range of the basic data types. So the answer is C. However, yeah, the answer is C. තේරුණා නේද? ඒක තේරෙනවනේ. data types C වල mainly තුනක් තියෙනවා. පළවෙනි එක තමයි basic data type. ඊට පස්සේ user defined data type, and then there are modifiers. Modifiers are generally not considered as data types. So there are basic data types. See, like integers, floats, doubles, characters. See, there are some examples as well. Okay, so you have to understand. Yeah. Okay. In C, කවර එකෙක් අහනවා booleans තියනවාද කියලා. What do you think? කට්ටියට C වල boolean කෙනෙක් කෙනා, ඒ කියන්නේ true or false data type එකක් විදිහට තියනවා කියලා හිතනවා නම් raise hand. Okay? Booleans data types එකක් විදිහට තියෙනවා කියලා හිතනවා නම් you can raise your hand. No. The first one is not wrong. They are basic data types. And the second one, strings, structures, and unions are three basic user-defined data types. User-defined data types means it is not, we can use them according to our own will. Or we can generate them. Okay. So D is not the answer. The first one and the second one is also true. Because there are four basic data types, and the second one they are user defined because strings, structures, and unions we can use them according to our own will. We can edit them, we can use them as we think that they would be true or not. Hari. එකෙනෙක් ඇහුවා booleans තියනවාද C වල data type එකක් විදිහට. What do you think? කටේට booleans තියනවද නැද්ද කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? Raise your hand if you think booleans are a data type. Raise your hand if you think booleans are a data type. Okay. මොකෝ කියන්නේ කට්ටිය? හරි, raise hand කරන්න එපා. හිනා මුණක් කරගන්න. Put a smile face if you think booleans are data type. Like this. අයියෝ, කාටවත් උත්තර නැද්ද? Does anyone know whether Boolean means true or false? In JavaScript we have it. This is an extra question. Okay, one overall example. Okay, we are going to this one, and we are deleting all these parts because we don't need them. Okay, so here see, we do not have a data type called Boolean. See, we do not have true. Okay, got it? මේ කියන්නේ මේකේ තේරුම තමයි අපිට C වල මේ කවදාවත් මේ boolean කියලා data type එකක් නැහැ. හරිද? ඒ වුණාට හරිද? ඒ වුණාට පස්සේ හරිද? So later in the after there are standards in C, in the newer versions, we can use a library to use booleans. Okay, uh, see now we can use true here. See here. See now we can use true. Even when it is not a data type, it is a constant. Got it? So there is no data type called true, like boolean. Okay, there is, we can use this one. Here in C, 1 means true and 0 means false. If we write a code like printf, I'm printing, yeah, this would print eternally. This would print forever. Why? Because 1 means true. So we are saying, see, we get gibberish, we get it for the eternity. This is because why? Because 1 means true. So while true, print this one. We don't have a data type in C called as boolean. In the newer versions, there is a library where we can use true as a value, but it is not really a data type. So in paper, you would get a question like that. Then the answer would be no. There are no data types like boolean. Okay. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා structs. මේවට කියන්නේ user defined data types කියලා. You would get structs, union, enum කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, type def. You don't need to think about them. Okay. I think enum you got okay. Okay. That's a good question. ඇත්තරම ඒක හොඳ හරි ලසල් මට නෝට් එක පෙන්නවා නෝට් එකේ නම් තියෙන්නේ user defined data types වලට structure එකයි union එකයි එච්චරයි ඇත්තරම මේ string කියලා එකක් නැහැ හරිද එතකොට එහෙම බැලුවොත් මෙතන second එක වැරදි so second එක වැරදි සහ බූලියන් කියලා data type එකක් නැහැ. ඒතකොට මමත් මෙතන වැරද්දක් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. මෙතන ආන්සර් එක වෙන්න ඕන D එක. D. ඒ කියන්නේ only 3 තමයි හරි. ඇත්තටම ඒක මට හිතුනේම නෑ. Thank you so much for correcting me. I didn't read this properly in fact. Here int, character, double and boolean. Boolean is not a data type. So the first one is wrong. And the second one, string කියන්නේ user defined data type එකක් නෙවෙයි. ඒ කියන්නේ මම මෙතන user defined data type වලට struct තියෙනවා, union තියෙනවා, enum තියෙනවා, string කියලා එකක් දාලා නැහැනේ. ඒක derived data type එක මට හිතේ මතක විදිහට. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන උත්තරේ වෙන්න ඕන third one එක. third one එක විතරයි. Okay, thank you so much. ලසා දිලංක මේ ඒරසේ සඳලි තුන්දෙනාම මට එරස් වෙන්නවා මේ තැන්වල මෙහෙම වෙන්න ඕන නේද කියලා ඒක තමයි වෙන්න ඕන so in that case you understand this better than me so මම mistake එකක් කරා දිලංක ළඟින් ආව බූලියන් තියනවාද කියලා මම නෑ කියලා I said this one is true so the first one is wrong there are no data types called booleans in C in the second one strings is not a user defined data type. So in that case, only the third one is true. Okay, sorry for that. I will change this one. I will change this one. Okay. So here, the answer is actually D. Got it? Cut it there. Answer is D. Thank you so much. So in that case, I might be in a, I don't know what happened. So probably an error. Okay, so these are modifier types. Modifier types mean they enhance our data type. Okay, so in here you can see sign. Sign means you can represent both positive and negative values here. Unsigned means you can only represent positive values. Okay, so you can't use negative values in here. Got it? තේරුණා නේද? ඒක තේරුණා ඉන්නවද? මේ signed unsigned එක. ඒක තේරුණාද ඔයාලට? මේ signed එක unsigned එක. Did you get it? The meaning of signed and unsigned. Okay. okay. ඒ කියන්නේ signed එකක් කියන්නේ මේ ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකේ both positive and negative values තියෙන්න පුළුවන් මේකේ. Unsigned එකක් කියන්නේ only positive values. These are modifiers. They enhance our code or data type. Okay. Hari. එතකොට so that is the main answer. නෑ එහෙම නෑ. තව modifier combinations තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Short, in, long. There is something called long, which means it becomes larger integer type. It becomes a larger integer type. Okay. Short, int, and long double. Double is a data type. Double is not a modifier. Double is a data type. Okay. See. තේරුණා නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ තව modifier combinations තියෙනවා නේද? long කියන්නේ ඒක තව දිග වෙලා. So in that case the integer is much more longer. හරි. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේක තේරෙන්න what we would do is I would have okay. So wait a minute. Okay, so long int and short double. Okay, sorry. Wait a minute. Okay, someone has a problem. Wait a minute. I'll put it. Okay, so I'll have a software program ready for you. In that case, you would get like the idea. Okay, as to what this would make, this would make, what is the meaning of this whole shenanigan. Okay, make a තේරෙන්නේ නැත්ද බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ මේකේ පොඩි case එකක් තියෙනවා. So in that case ඒ කියන්නේ කට්ටියටම long doubles ඒවා පොඩ අවුල් කියලා හිතනවා මට. ඒ හින්දා මම example එකක් හදන්නම්. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේක තේරෙන විදිහට මේක තේරෙන විදිහට කට්ටිය පොඩ ඉන්න. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අනිත් මේ ඒවා බලන්න පුළුවන්. මේ අනිත් ප්‍රශ්න පොඩ්ඩක් සෙට් කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. Hari, okay. So here you can see the code, right? So here short එකක් කියන්නේ 2 bytes and int එකක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 4 bytes තියෙනවා. එතකොට මේ long එකක් කියන්නේ long int එකක් කියන්නේ here see we have long and if we have this one. Okay, එකේ කාල් තිබ්බ short int කියලා එකක් නැහැ නේද කියලා. So you see we have a short int and we would have a long int as well. See, see, short එකක් කියන්නේ 2 bytes. int එක sorry long එකක් short int එකක් වුණාම මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒකේ byte ගාන දෙකකින් අඩු වෙනවා. short කියන්නේ දෙකකින් අඩු වෙලා හරිද? So in that case the number of bytes have become 2. Generally an int has 4 bytes. But see, this is a short int. So what happened? It has become 2. If the int is a long int, okay, long int, see, long in නම් මෙතන 4ක් එකතු වෙලා. okay, so int එකට තියෙන byte 4යි, long එකක් කියන්නේ modify එකක්, ඒකෙන් ඒ ගාන 4ට වැඩි කරලා. okay, if we have int like this, මොකද්ද මේකේ output එක? මේකේ output එක එහෙනම් 12ක් වෙනවා. 12 bytes තියෙනවා ඒකට. see, sorry 8 bytes තියෙනවා. Wait a minute. 4 wait a minute. yeah, long එක පොඩි කේස් එකක් තියෙනවා. short long කියන්නේ integer types එකක් නෙවෙයි, ඒවා modifiers. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ඒවා integer type වගේ එනවා, මොකද අපි size of දාද්දී මේ එහෙම ඒ නිසා. ඇත්තටම මේක එහෙම එකක් නෙවෙයි, modifier එකක්. මේ ඒක තේරුම මේ ඒකෙන් දෙන්නන්න ඔයාලට modifiers. ඒ කියන්නේ modifiers කියන්නේ අපේ integer type එක දිගක් හරි I can අපිට extend කරගන්න පුළුවන් size එක වැඩි කරගන්න අදහසක් තමයි උතන දීලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට එහෙම සීන් එකක් තමයි උතන තියෙන්නේ. මේ නැතුව අර වගේ idea එකක් නෙවෙයි. මේ එහෙම සීන් එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? එතකොට මේ ඒක ලොකෝට හිතන්න එපා. මේ ඒකේ තේරුම මේ අපිට modify එකකින් කරගන්න පුළුවන් අපේ int එක පොඩි නම් අපි int එකට 4යිනේ තියෙන්නේ. එතන long දැම්මොත් එහෙම ඒක 8ක් වෙනවා. හරිද? long දැම්මොත් එහෙම ඒක තව දිග වෙනවා. okay, long, okay, so yeah, long in z not possible. Okay, short in y possible. Short, okay, හරි. doubles එන short කරන්න බෑ. මේක integers වලට තමයි specifically තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ වගේ එක එක combinations එනවා, ඒවා හරිද වැරදිද කියලා හොයන්න වෙනවා. so in that case long in is possible. okay, as you can see I had a long in here. See, long int is possible. However, short double is not possible. It is invalid. Okay, short double කියන එක invalid ලු. okay, double එකක් කියන්නේ got it right. So long double is okay, short double is not valid. එතකොට කට්ටියට තේරුණාද long and short? Did you get the meaning of long and short? They are modifiers. They are used to improve the size. Okay, see the input. So they are improving the size. See, 2 8 8 and 8. See, they are improving the integer by other bits, 4 bits. Did you get it? okay, messages තියෙනවා. දැන් උඹට තේරුණේ මොකද්ද? yeah, got it. තේරුණානේ? තේරුණාද? ඒක තේරුණාද? තේරුණා නම් heart එකක් දාන්න. or heart or something. If you understood it, you got it. Okay. If you understood it, just put a heart or something or whatever. If you got it. Ranusri, thank you. කටියට තේරෙලා නැත්ද long and short? ඒ ටික තේරුණාද ඔයාලට? මේ ටිකම තේරුණාද? okay, okay, so if you have any questions regarding this part, you can drop me a message, WhatsApp message, or a message in this one as well, and I will respond. තේරුම් නැත්තා මම විනාඩියක් වගේ දෙන්න. හරි අවුල් තියෙනවද? නෑ නේද? එතකොට short long කියන ඒ වගේ මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා හිතා ගන්න. අය මේ යන්න කලින් before going to the exam, try these long and shorts and try to get the size of them. මේ වගේ size එක පොඩ්ඩක් note down කරගන්න බලන්න, because you will get questions like that, and try to get the sizes. and sign and unsign, then you can. These things are the things that come. අපිට හිතෙන්න තියෙන තමයි එන්නේ. So you have to uh, like think about those stuff because those things we don't really think. Those are the things that we does matter. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් කලින් එක්කෙනෙක් ඇහුවා short double possible. Possible නැහැ. So even I didn't knew that. So you have to like think about them in a different way because those are the questions that might come. Okay. හරි. මේකට උත්තරය මොකක්ද? Okay. What is the answer for this one? D. Okay. කටේ උත්තරේ මොකද්ද මේකට? D නේද? Okay, a lot of people are saying the answer is D. Okay, මේක තේරෙනව නේද ඔයාලට? variable දෙකක් තියෙනවා. These are called what? මේ මොනවද මේවට කියන්නේ? කාට හරි message එක drop කරනකොට මොනවද මේවට කියන්නේ කියලා? What are these? What is this operator? These are logical. No, these are bitwise operators. එවනේ bitwise කියන්නේ මේ මොනවද මේ හරියට හරි. මේවට කියන්නේ bitwise operators කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකේ වචනෙන්ම ගන්න. You have to get the idea from the word. When you say bitwise, okay, bitwise means we are working with zeros and ones. When you get a question like this, okay, the answer is D. Thank you. See, some of you guys wonder what are this mark and this kakapadi mark. I don't know the meaning. Stuff. These are called bitwise operators. Bitwise operators කියලා කියන්නේ හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ අපි වැඩ කරන්නේ bits එක්ක. Bit කියන්නේ මොනවද? Ones and zeros. When you are faced with a question like this, first convert the numbers into binary format. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් ආවම first convert a into is binary. The binary equivalent is 1 0. 3 is 1 1. Okay. After that, you have to do the operations. Here, this is called A or B. See, A or B. If we look at this, if we do A or B to this one, we get 1 1, which is 3. This is XOR. So these are logic gate problems in a sense. Okay, 1 0 XOR 1 1, which is equal to 1. See, there are 5 main bitwise operators in C. Okay, එතකොට මේ මෙතන මොකද්ද උනේ කියලා ඔයාලට තේරුණා නේද? Okay, හරි. මම එනවා දැන් තරක් එක. So, ඔයාලා logic gates වලින් දන්නවා AND එකක් આવොත් කොහොමද කරන්නේ? OR එකක් આવොත් කොහොමද කරන්නේ? Not. Well, you know these operations, right? These are main bitwise operations AND, OR, NOT and XOR. XOR කියන එකට එන්න මේක මේ කාක්කපාද mark එක. You get this mark. And there is another important part. Left shift and right shift. දැන් මට කියන්න ඔයගලන්ට අර main හතර and or not XOR ගැන explain කරන්න ඕනද නැද්ද? I don't think we need to, right? නෑ නේද? and not XOR ගැන ඒවා logic gate වල තිබුණා. Okay. හරි. කට්ටියට ඕන් නෑ නේද ඒ ටික? මම එන left shift and right shift ගැන explain කරනවා. හරි. Okay. Okay. This is a left shift operator. Okay. A left shift operator in C shifts the bits of a number to the left by a specified number of positions. හරි එතකොට left shift operating කරන්නේ the left shift operating C okay shifts the bits of a number to the left okay වම් පැත්තට left by a specified number of positions okay the bits of the number are shifted to the left and zeros are added to the right side okay each left shift by one position multiplies the number by okay මම මේක white board එකට ගිහින් කියන්න නැත්නම් ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේක තේරෙන්නේ නැති වෙයි මට කට්ටිය කියන්නේ ඔයාලට මේ white board එක පේනවද නැද්ද පේනව නේද විමාන එක පොඩ්ඩක් පින් කරනවා මගේ white board එක විමාන hello
හරි ඉන්න දාංජ
හරි white board එක පින් කරනවා Hey, cut it in whiteboard पे पेन आने can you see my whiteboard? Can you see my whiteboard? Okay, hi. Okay, so if we think about a left shift, okay, so this is called left shift, shift. Okay. Hi, එතකොට මම දැන් number එකක් ගන්නවා. මම ගන්නවා I take the number 5. Okay. So I give something like this. Well, okay. This is the left shift operator. This is the left shift operator. Okay. Okay. This is the number. This is the left shift operator. This is the number of bits to be shifted ඒ කියන්නේ මම එක්සැම්පල් එකක් කියන්නම් take it like this 5 is 101 okay I added the 0 for the ease of access make then if I'm going to shift this by 1 bit see we need to shift this by 1 bit එහා පැත්තට shift කරනවා කියන්නේ okay 0101 එහා පැත්තට shift sorry I'm wrong we are doing this from the left side okay so left side means මට අත් දෙක පෙරළුණා left side means වම් පැත්ත so in that case this is the side that we have to start from so in that case this would be what left side means this is the place that we have to start from okay so in that case this is going here 0 wait a minute okay wait a minute so we have to shift this okay in that case we have 0101 when we are shifting after shifting we get 1010 okay so we have shifted a position by the left side and then we have given a number to there okay zeros are added to the right side okay so මේකදී වෙන්නේ අපි position එකක් එහාට කරනවා here can you see this one is being going to here okay we are shifting 1 bit see we have shifted 1 bit and after that what happens to this place it becomes 0 got it එතන තේරුණාද ඔයාලට ඒ කැලේ තේරුණාද this is the binary of 5 is 101 okay we are shifting 1 bit in that case what we are going to do is we have this one in that case we are shifting 1 right so in that case this becomes from the left side we are shifting 1 so in that case this becomes 1010 from the left side. We are starting from the left. So one shift happens and then it becomes this part. The shift from the left. ඒක තේරුණාද? කටියට තේරුණාද නැත්තම් අවුල්ද ඒක? ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ වම් පැත්තෙන් shift එකක් වුණා. Okay, අපි තව example එකක් බලමු. මෙහෙම එකක් කියනවා. 5 shifted by 2 places. හරිද? එතකොට මෙතන 101 මම මෙතන බිඳුවක් දාගන්නවා. Okay. ඒම බිඳුවක් දාගන්නේ it is very easier for us. Okay. So we have to start from the left position and go 2 places. When we are going to 2 places, we are adding right. We are going to the left side. Okay, we are going to the left side, and what we are doing in that case, we are going to the left side. Okay, one පැත්තට යනවා. In that case, we are 1 2. Okay, එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේ ටික එහා පැත්තට යනවා. You might wonder what would happen. 0 1 0 0 1 0 0. Sorry, this becomes 0 1 0 1 0 0. Why? මෙතන shift වුණා. මේ දෙක මේ ටික ඔක්කොම මෙහෙට shift වුණා. So 2 bits have been shifted and the new answer is this one. තේරුණාද? ඒ කියන්නේ left shift එකෙන් කරන්නේ වම් පැත්තට යන එක. Okay, we left shift means we go to the left side, and the bits on the right side, the things that we skip become 0. Okay, which means 2 bits are added to the end. තේරුණාද? අගට බිඳුවක් add වෙලා. In here, left shift this one bit, 1 0 is being added to the right side. See, අගට බිඳුව දෙකක් add වෙනවා 2 bits වෙනවා. ඒක තේරුණාද? එතකොට මෙතන අපි කිව්වොත් මේ let's just assume 3 shifted by 3 places. Okay, 3 shifted by 3 places means අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම 3 කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? 1 1. Okay, it's 1 1. Okay, 3 places වලින් shift වුණා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? මෙතන 1යි 2යි 3යි. මේ දෙන්නම යන්න ඕන මෙහෙට. මේ තුනට බිංදු තුනක් ඇඩ් වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අලුත් එක 1 1 0 0 0. තේරුණාද? Did you get it? ඒක තේරුණාද? තේරුණා නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ left shift එකේදී වෙන්නේ take the decimal value and multiply. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go there. So මේකට basic ක්‍රමයක් තියෙනවා. But I need you to understand is that when left shift is happening, okay, if we take 101, okay, and we need to shift 5 by 1 bit, okay, we take the binary of 5 and then we are adding a 0. If we want to shift this by 2, we are adding 1, we getting first the binary form of 5 and then we are adding 2 bits, 2 zeros to the end. Just like that, the pattern continues. left shift එකේ මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා කටේට තේරුණා නම් I need to get, okay, මම ප්‍රශ්නයක් දාන්නම්. 7 වල මට ඕන left shift එකක් 3 වලින්. මම මේකට answer එක පොඩ්ඩක් දාන්නකො chat එකේ. What is the answer for this one? මේකට උත්තරේ මොකද්ද? කටේ chat එකේ දාන්න මේකට answer එක. Okay. Yes. ඒ කියන්නේ bits තුනක්. ඒ කියන්නේ zeros තුනක් අන්තිමේට add වෙලා. කියන එක තමයි මේකේ තේරුම. Okay. So see, මෙතන මෙහෙම වෙලා. ඒක තේරුම තමයි 111 we have to left shift. Left shift means we are going to the left side, okay? And then we are shifting. Shifting means shift කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? වෙන තැනකට දානවා. We are shifting this to three places, and the other these three places will be replaced by three zeros. Okay, හරි. මේකට lazy ක්‍රමයක් තියෙනවා. Okay, as you can see on the slide, මේ left shift operator king, the left shift operator is sort of like multiplication. Okay, left shifting is equivalent to multiplying by the powers of 2. කියන්නේ අපි දැන් මෙතන 5 left shifted by 2 ගමු. So in that case this is equal to, okay, 5 multiplied by to the power of 2. තේරුණාද? මේ බලන්න. So if we take just assume 101 and we say 2, this is like the new answer would be this one. Okay, this one in binary is, okay, this one in binary is 20. In this part මේක තේරුම දැන් මේ මෙතනින් කියන්නේ මෙයා මෙතෙන් එනවා. This shifting bit, the number of bits to be shifted gets here, and the number is here. 2 is the power. So here 5 means 4, it is equal to 20. Okay, so this number of things go here, and the 5 bit gets here and 2 gets here. So it is like multiplication. So whenever we shift one bit, it is sort of like multiplying by 2 to the power of that position. Okay, so we say that we are shifting this by 2 bits. In that case 2 1 2 2 0 2 1 sorry 2 0, yeah, sorry 2 0 2 1 2 2 something like this. Oh no, we are like it's incrementing. It becomes, see, therefore left shifting by in positions is equivalent to multiplying the number by 2 to the power of n. So we are shifting 2 positions, which means this is the multiplication value. In that case 5 left shift by 3 means, okay, 5 2 to the power of 3. මේක තේරුණාද? Did you get it? Did you get the answer? Did you understand this one? Okay, nice. You got it, right? Did you get left shift and how to work with it? Okay. You got it, right? Any questions? Okay. So in this case, we'll move on to the next question. Okay. Right shift means it is also just like that. Okay. What happens in here is something different. Okay. So in here, the stuff is different. We are the right shift of operating in C shifts the bits of a number to the right side by a specified number of positions. Okay, the bits of the number are shifted to the right and zeros are added to the left side. Each right shift by one position divides the number by 2. Okay, so for an example, we take 20. Okay, we take 20. Okay, so right shift. Okay, so right shift. Okay, so we take 20. 20 means 0 0 1. Sorry, 20 in binary means 1 0 1 0 0. Okay, 1 0 1 0 0. So if we are set to shift 20 by one position, okay, it means that we are going to the right side and we are doing the operation, let's just say on the other face, or on the other face, this is not the correct word, on the other way, I guess. 101 is there. Okay, 101 is there, but it is sort of like in a sense destroying this part. Like 10 we had this one, and when we shift it to the right, it is like 1010, like that. We get it as this. Why? Because we are shifting this, which means we are shifting this to one place. And in that case, this is sort of like going to this side. This side, however, since there is nothing, it is sort of like having nothing. It's hard to explain. In fact, uh, did you get it? Like මං කියවුව තේරෙනවද? ඒ කියන්නේ එහෙම තියෙනවා, but after that, uh, like two parts are wrong. Like in this case, and if 20 is shifted by two positions, 1010, okay, so in that case, if 20 is shifted by two positions, okay, in that case also, sorry, 20 is not that one. It's wrong. 20 is, let me guess, 10100. Okay, sorry. So this, if 20 is shifted by 1, in that case, 1 bit is destroyed. If 20 is shifted by 2, okay, so 10100, these 2 bits are going to the right side. And right side means these are shifted. So these things come forward. These things go away. 101. You get 101. Got it. තේරුණාද? ඒක තේරුණාද කට්ටියට? ඒ කියන්නේ oh yeah, in a right shift we need to take a big value. If not, we get into a problem. Okay? So that's why I took 20. So 20 in binary is 1010. Okay, 20 shifted by right by one place means we are destroying this value 101, and that's it. One bit is not getting here. Okay, and if we say 20 shifted by 2, we get the binary of 20. Two places are gone, so we get 101. Okay, so in that case, if it is shifted by 1, in that case, that is also possible, which means let's just assume 3. So in that case, these things are gone, so it becomes 10. So just like that, the number of bits go down. Okay, so the value is getting smaller and smaller. Okay, yeah, so in the left shift the value is increasing, and on the right shift the value is decreasing. Okay, ඒකට formula එකකුත් තියෙනවා. You can see, right, the number divided by 2 to the power of positions. So in that case, if you think 20 right shifted by 2, okay, 20 is the number, and 2 to the power of what? 2 to the power of 2, which means the answer is 5. Assume 2 to the power of 3, which means 20 divided by 8. In that case, the answer is sort of weird. Not weird. We get an answer, but it is sort of hard to understand, or not hard to understand. It becomes unambiguous. The word means like sort of like it changes, so it's hard to understand. In fact, we'll see actually. එහෙම එකක් ආවට පස්සේ මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා we have to see. So in that case, I'm going here. I'm getting here, and I'm deleting these parts. Okay, so I'm deleting these parts as well. Deleting. Okay, delete. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to left shift. Okay. X equals 20 shifted by 3 bits. Okay. Okay, so it should be int. I'm metan int කියලා දාමු අපි. Okay, so okay, and we are printing the value. Okay. Mm. See, we get 2. Why? අපි මෙතන බැලුවොත් එහෙම 20 to the power of 3 නේ එතකොට, which means 20 divided by 8. Okay, එතකොට ඇත්තටම 20 අටෙන් බෙදුවහම in that case the closest answer is 2. So in that case we get 2. Okay, the answer is we get 2 because the closest answer is 2 without any digits. Okay, so if we interpret this as f, okay, and we think this as a float. Okay, we think of this as a float. Okay, අපි මේක float එකක් කියලා හිතුවොත් see, even then we get the answer like that because the easiest way to do it is like when we shift it. So that's why you need to understand about this stuff. These are tricky parts in C that generally we don't think. See, 20 to the positions of 3 by right shift means 1 0 1 0 0 3 positions. So in that case these things are not getting here. The answer is 1 0, which is 2. Okay, so you have to divide using that formula. Okay, so තේරුණානේ the left shift එකේ add වෙනවා, right shift එකේ delete වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ තියෙන ඒවා නැති වෙනවා from the end in the left shift things added to the end. තේරුණා නේද? කටියට shape දෙන්න. shape නම් thumbs up එකක් දාන්න. Okay, so I'm going now to the other part. Okay, මේකට උත්තරේ මොකක්ද? මේකට උත්තරේ මොකක්ද? Consider the following statements regarding the loops of C. මොකක්ද මේකට උත්තරේ? A. Okay, D. Okay, D. Okay, the answer is D, but wait a minute. The first sentence is actually true. Like both for and while loops serve the same purpose. It is used to iterate through stuff. And the second answer is obviously false. You can have loops. The third sentence is also true. Okay? So in that case, the answer is problematic. The answers are wrong in that sense because the answer is even I thought the answer is D. However, A is also true. So there might be some issue with the answer. දෙකත් වැරදි. දෙක වැරදි because it is not possible to have for loops inside a while loop කියන එක වැරදි. මොකද අපිට possible. ඒ කියන්නේ for loops ඇතුලේ while loops තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. We can have for loops inside while loops. So in that case, that is also wrong. I mean, like you can have loops. So in that case, that is also true. Sorry, false. The first one and the second one are true. So yeah. So in that case, there's an issue with this one. Yeah. Third sentence is not wrong. It is guaranteed that loop body will execute once in a do while loop. Okay. Well, first of all, we'll do a do while loop. I mean, like we'll execute a do while loop and see what happens. Okay. So yeah. Okay. See, in a do while loop, first of all, the loop body is executed. Okay. Before checking the condition, let me give you an example. Okay. Okay. So here, this is a do while loop. Okay. Here we have the do block. Okay. And then after that, we have the condition. The condition is in this while loop. Like, see, so first of all, this will be executed. So see, we'll first run this program. See, first of all, the do while loop first executes the do block, and then only it goes to check this part. So in that case, third one is also true. Right? So yeah, while එක කොච්චර වෙනවද දන්නේ නැහැනේ for ඒකේ මෙච්චරක් කියලා. Okay, so that is also a good argument. While in the while loop, actually we do know, right? Like just like in for, we do know how when while loop is going to stop. We have conditions. So in that case, yeah, it's sometimes the theory problems can get confusing. එතකොට do while loop එකේ අනිවාර්යෙන් the loop body is going to execute. Then only the while check, the condition would be checked. The do loop definitely will execute once, at least once. Okay, you got it. I think you have to get it. I think you might get it. Okay. කටේට තේරුණාද මේ කැල්ල? ඒ කියන්නේ shape මේක උත්තරේ it's actually wrong. So these answers are wrong. The first sentence is true. The second sentence is false. The third sentence is true. If you think the first one is false, okay, we have no option, right? I think the first one is true. You guys are saying it is false. We could say for a theoretical reason it's false. In that case, the answer is C. However, no. At least once means like in this example, first it executes this part. If this part is wrong, okay, we will assume if the counter is equal to equal to 1. So this has to stop, right? If the counter is equal to 1. Okay, so see, this part is executed. After that, the condition stops, but this part is executed first because in the do while loop, first this body is going to be checked. This is going to be executed. After that, only we are thinking about okay. After that, only we think about this part. Okay. එතනින් මෙහාට තමයි ඒක හිතන්නේ අපි. This part is going to be executed after executing this part. තේරුණා නේද? හරි. අපි ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නයට යමු. Okay. Consider the following code. What is the output? මේකේ output එක මොකක්ද? Answer is D. මේක D කියන එක තේරුණා නේද? මේක තේරුණා නේද? You got this, right? These are macros. This is a macro function. And when you call this function, තේරුණා? See, these are called macro functions. Okay, so macro functions are a way to use this stuff. like to define stuff before running the program. So in the we are using macros. In here we are calling the macro circle area. Here we use radius and it would give the output. We have defined pi here. Make it even. I think you got this. අනිත් අයට මොකද මේ වගේ දන්නවද macros දන්නවද? Do you know macros? B. No. B is not the answer. Why would B would be the answer? First we take 5. 5 minus okay. 5 divided by 2 is 2. In that case, 3. Hurry. No, not B, because here this n divided by 2, we are getting an integer. We should get an integer out of this. 5 divided by 2 means 2. The answer is 2. There is a remainder of 1, and the let's just say the main part is 2. So I'll turn on the videos and I'll explain you. We are going to put a pin on the whiteboard. N minus n divided by 2 means 5 minus 5 divided by 2. Okay. We want to put a video pin on. Okay. Hurry. It's put a method in C. We are using we need to get an int, right? So in that case, 5 divided by 2 means, see, 2, 4, 1. Here the answer is 2. So in that case, 5 minus 2, which is 3. Anyway, so I think you understood that how that one comes. Right? So that's how it comes. So in this part, the code is actually being written like this. So කටේ macros දන්නවද? මේ macros දන්නේ නැත්නම් කියන්න මේ direct message දාන්න DM එකක් කරේ කමන්න. If you can't understand macros, okay, macros වල ඇත්තටම එතන int කියලා decide කරන්නේ in macros we are actually assuming that the answer is int. We think it is an int. Your question is valid because we don't know what we would get. We would get a string as well, right? So in that case, it is also being like it's interpreted to this part. Okay. Wait a minute. A macro, okay, is something that is being added to the program later on. When we compile, first these macros, this stuff, this one, this part would be replaced by this part. Okay. In that case, the radius is 5.0. So the 5.0 is going here. Got it? Again, අපි call කරාට පස්සේ value එක තමයි compile වෙද්දී යන්නේ. Got it? Got it? Hurry. Okay. Hurry. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next question. Now macros දන්නවනේ. Okay. හරි. මේකේ උත්තරේ මොකද්ද? Okay. The answer is so 8 වන්නගේ උත්තරේ මොකද්ද? මම ටයිම් එකේ යවන්න නැතුව කියන්නම් මේකට උත්තරේ. The output of the following program is මොකද්ද? E. හරිද? මේක තේරුණාද? මේවට කියන්නේ multi dimensional arrays කියලා. හරිද? Multi dimensional array එකක් කියන්නේ there are lists inside lists. This is a multi dimensional array, which means first of all we have to go through this in a tree like structure. So there are 3 elements, 3 main elements in this list, and for each element there are 2 sub elements. Inside that sub element, there are two elements. See, this is an example. Okay, first there are three elements. Okay? These are the three elements. Okay, inside these three elements, there are two sub elements. See, there are two sub elements. Got it? Okay, දෙකක් තියෙනවනේ. And after that, there are two elements for each sub element. මේ ඒ කියන්නේ එකක් ඇතුළේ මේ වගේ තව list එකක් තියෙනවා. මේක තේරුණාද? ඒ කියන්නේ ඇතුළට යන scene එකක් මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. So in that case, this is just going inside and inside. Did you get this? මේක තේරුණා නේද? I hope you got this. Okay. කට්ටියට මේක තේරිලා තියෙනවා. Okay, nice. So you got this, right? Hi. Mata then I need the answer for this one. I know it's hard, I know, but just give me the answer. Make a structure ගිහිල්ලා මට උත්තරේ කියන්න ඕන. For the first line, second line and third line, what would be the answer? මට කියන්න බලන්න answer එක මොනවද කියලා. ආන්සර් මේ කියන එක්කෙනාට මේ මම භවනෙන් කොත්තුවක් කරන් දෙනවා. සිතාවටම කියන්නේ. I'm being serious. The one who tells the correct answer would get a kottu from Bhavane as a prize. I mean, like for the first line, what would be here? For the second output and third output. කට්ටියට තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද multi-dimensional arrays එක කියන්නේ? මොකද්ද මේකට answer? කියන්නෝ. Can you tell the answer for this one? Okay. 9, 17, 19. Okay. 9, 17, 19. Okay. Okay, 9, 17, 19. Okay. Hari, බලමු. Oh, මට කොත්තු තුනක් කරන්න දෙන්න බෑ. I can't buy 3 කොත්තුස් here, right? මට කොත්තු තුනක් කරන්න දෙන්න බෑ. But I'll try my best, okay? Okay, we forward gather the Bhavan and we'll split the price and buy you kottu. So yeah. Okay. I thought at least okay, nice. So we are going to share the kottu. Okay. Okay, so no, there are 3 people selected for the kottu session. So I will give you the coupon later. Hari. So as you can see, you can go inside and find the answer. I think these are simple stuff. You should be able to understand this one. And yeah. Okay. What is the answer for this one? මේකට උත්තරේ මොකද්ද? D කටි oh answer එක තියෙනවා නේද? Okay, so the answer is D. අපි ඒක වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා බලමු. Okay. 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 So this is a piece of code. first of all, you should read the code. Okay, so there is a function called ABC which returns an int which takes two inputs. Those are x and y. Those are also ints. And there is a condition checking whether x is greater than y. In that case, it returns x. If not, we return y. In the main function, okay, this is the whole function. Okay, there's another thing called main function. It is a float. X equals 10 divided by ABC 3 4. Here 3 is x and y is 4. In that case 3 is not greater than 4, so in that case we get 4 as the output from here, from this whole part. And what, 10 divided by 4. In that case, the answer would be what? You might assume the answer is something else, but in reality, the answer is 2.0. මෙතන වෙන දේ කට්ටියට තේරෙනවද? ඔය මෙතන වෙන දේ කට්ටියට තේරෙනවද? මම වීඩියෝ එක ඔන් කරන්නම්. එතකොට කට්ටියට තේරෙයි මොකද්ද මෙතන වෙන්නේ කියලා. Okay, so මම පොඩ්ඩක් පින් කරනවද?
හරි දන පින් කරලා දෙන්න.
හරි. එතකොට දැන් මෙතන වෙන්නේ අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම 10 තියෙනවා. ABC function එක දන්නවනේ. ABC එකෙන් කරන්නේ එහෙන් බැලුවොත් වැඩිම output එක. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා බලනවා first we check whether x is greater than y. So in that case it is not. So in that case we get 4. However, this is a float x. However, you might think the output would be 2.5. Okay, 10 divided by 4 is 2, and you might think this is 2.5. It is not the case. Why? Because all of these things are integers. Okay, so this is an integer division. We do not consider these remainders. Okay, so in that case, मैं खाता मैं वीडियो भेजना है.
Pena.
Hi. So in that case, we do not consider this 2. So the answer is 2.0. තේරුණා නේද? දැන් මෙතන මේවත් if these things are floats, the answer is 2.5. Unfortunately, these things are not floats, these are ints, so we get the answer as 2.0. Okay. Okay, so these are called format specifiers. Format specifiers tells the printf function. Okay, මේ මෙතන මේ 1f කියන්නේ format specifiers වලට ඒ වගේම කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි ස්පෙෂල් දෙයක් print කරන්න ඕන වුණාම. Okay, so මම ඔයගලන්ට example එකක් පෙන්නන්නම්. හරි, මෙතන මේ බලන්න. මම මෙතන 1f කියලා දීලා දෙනවානේ. So in that case, if I go and execute this one, wait a minute. If I go and execute this one, मैं मेथड में execute करब, okay, I get the answer as 2.0. Okay, I get the answer as 2.0. Okay, so මොකක්ද එතන වෙන්නේ? Okay, so මෙතන float division එකක් වෙනවා. Okay, so in here this is a float. However, if we give this as floats, okay, if we give these things as floats, okay, and we give these things also, these things become floats in that case, okay. So see, මෙතන අපි integer division එකම කරන්නේ because the first one is an integer. If we give it like this, then මේ ඔක්කොම floats, then the answer is 2.5. ඇයි? Everything was floats. Even this is also a float. If this 10 is an integer, then what happens? Then it's 2.0. So in that case, when you think about dividing stuff in C, if the I guess උඩ ඉන්න එක්කෙනාට කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ලවය in singular, the denominator, right? So the denominator, if the denominator is integer, then the whole division is an integer division. If the denominator is a float, it is a float, like float division. Okay, and in the next thing is this dot 1f. Okay, if we give this 2, okay, and we go here, see, we get our two zeros, which means two precision points. We call them precision points. So if you remove this and execute this one, okay, it can move method. මේ එතකොට අර 6ක් එනවා. මෙතන අපි ඩොට් 3 දැම්මොත් මෙතන ෆ්ලෝට් එක, ඒ කියන්නේ ෆ්ලෝට් ආන්සර් එක තියෙද්දි තියෙන්නේ 3ක් විතරයි. zeros 3ක් විතරයි. precision එක 3ක් විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. Did you get it? Did you understand what is going on and what's happening? තේරුණා නේද? එතකොට මේක ආන්සර් එක 2.0 which is ZD. නෑ අනිත් අයට තේරුණාද? නිල්ලයට තේරිලා. හරි අනිත් අයට තේරිලා කියලා හිතනවා. Okay, කට්ටිය message එකක් දාන්න මේ අවුලන්නේ shape. So in that case, drop a message if you don't understand these parts. So yeah, the next one is yeah, okay, or 10. Make a output time or the okay, make output take a B. Okay, make a output take a B killer and A killer one. So in this case, the array size is, but the array size is smaller than the string. We have the string is bigger. See, here the array size is 3, but we have 4. Okay, so in that case, this causes undefined behavior. The undefined behavior means we don't know what would happen. Okay, as this tries to store more characters, it's not going to work. So in that case, we would get these parts only, like UCS. The C would be dropped. See, for example, this one, if we execute this one, maybe now we calling that the code digger, right? මේක කියනවා මේ error එකක් එනවා අපිට warning එකක් එනවා. See, මේ ඒක print කරන්න හදද්දි gibberish එනවා, which means we get undefined behavior. So the correct answer in this case is B, because we don't get compile errors. We have sort of like gibberish getting, but it is not a compile error. So the answer would be UCS. Okay. හරි. ඒ කැලේ ඉවරයි. So we have the code snippet part. Okay. හරි. හරි. එතකොට කට්ටියට බ්‍රේක් එකක් කොහොමද?
බ්‍රේක් එකක් අරන් එමු නේද අන.
ඔව්නේ. So yeah.
10 minutes time.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Uh, yeah, we will take a 10-minute break. Try to do the other questions if you can. Those are the most important ones. එතකොට theory ගොඩක් කතා කරන්න තියෙනවා. So yeah, we'll take a 10-minute break and come. විනාඩි 10 විතර පස්සේ අපි සෙට් වෙමු. Hari, අපි වැඩි පටන් ගමු. So we will get started again. Okay, Hari. එතකොට now we have to print out the outputs for the code snippets. Okay, so these are very simple questions, but we need to think about small stuff like trivial parts. So in the first question, we have an integer called ABC. You might wonder why we need to have an integer called ABC. And printf, it prints as a digit as well as a character. See, this is a simple problem. The ASCII standard way 65 is can be in binary can be considered as a ඒක තේරුම තමා the simple meaning is that in C okay the numbers and unions structures and everything is a binary. Okay, those are all binary stuff. They can be interpreted as different stuff. The simple let's just assume this capital A in this case. If we think about the binary, it is something like in binary it might be 1010101010 something. When it comes to the ASCII standard, okay, the binary for capital A is equal to the binary for 65. So that is why 65 would be interpreted as capital A if we say to do it like that. See, we say this is ABC, this is valid. Why this is valid? Capital A in reality can be interpreted as an integer. In that case, that will be 65. Okay, so just like that, we can have B in here, C in here. Those are all ASCII standards. So you have to remember digit again. Decimal 65 is equal to capital A. ASCII standard එකේ decimal 65 කියන්නේ capital A and simple A කියන්නේ 97. Okay, so you have to get it. Simple A කියන්නේ 97 and capital A කියන්නේ 65. Okay, එතකොට මම ඔයාලට challenge එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. අපිට code එක ලියන්න ඕන alphabet එකේ capital letters ටික ඔක්කොම ගන්න. කොහොමද අපි ඒක කරන්නේ? අපි බලමු. හරි, අපිට මේන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා. හරිද? මම මෙතන start කියලා 65 නම් එක අරන් තියෙනවා. මොකද්ද මේ මම නොකිය කියන්නේ? I'm saying that 65, we take the number 65 and then we have a for loop. It checks whether it is below than 26 and we iterate. We say this is a character. You start this. Okay, the starter is 65. 65 plus 1, 66. According to the ASCII standard, it is B. So you should get all the characters. Okay, so if we take it like this and this, we should get this one. Wait a minute. Okay, alright. If we execute this, okay. Okay, wait a minute. Body case at the simple case. Okay, I forgot to do this one. See, we have the ASCII standard. For capital A, it is 65. Okay, for capital B, it is 66, and it follows. See. And the number 90 is Z. So these are numbers, okay, but we can interpret them as characters. Okay, so it is completely valid. It is totally valid to have things like that. Okay, So if we go to the first question, okay, here I'll close this one. Okay, close this one as well. Okay, so if we got here, okay, it is completely valid. See, I don't get any errors. This is valid because this is a character. So if we put like that, uh, then it's sort of weird. We really don't know what would happen at this point. Okay, so if we execute our question, see, we get an error. Even then, even then, we get an integer because this is being converted to some gibberish in that case. 60, I don't know what happened here, but generally you can't do it like this, then it would produce errors. Okay, you can have it like this, but you can't do it like that. It would produce unknown errors, and it would make things a lot more complicated. So what you have to understand is something pretty simple. What you have to understand is the fact that here the ASCII characters can be interpreted as numbers. So capital A starts from 65 and simple A starts from what? Simple A starts from 97. Okay, මේටික මතක තියාගන්න because you might get something like this. Okay, so you have to remember this stuff. So the ඒටික තේරුණා නේද කට්ටියට? එහෙම එන්නේ ඇයි කියලා ඔය කට්ටිය thumbs up එකක් දාන්න මම හිතන කට්ටියට තේරුණා. If you understood what is going on, just thumbs up, and I think then I might be able to say okay. Okay. Oh, nice. All right. So the second question, we have int x equals 15, y equals 4, and we have a float, and this one and this one. Okay. So මේකත් අර මං කලින් කියපු වගේම තමයි. There are two types of division in C. First is integer division. Divides and drops, which means that we drops any fractional parts. Fractional part means reminders. Assume 10 divided by 4. In that case, the answer is 2, not 2.5. Why? Because those are two integers. See, 7 divided by 2. The answer would be 3.5. But since this is an integer division, the answer is 3. 0.5 is dropped. It means it's been dropped. There is another thing called floating point division, which keeps a fractional part. Okay, it keeps it. In order to do that, in order to make that happen, the upper part of the divide, I don't know the English term, I didn't do maths in English medium, I think it's numerator. Am I correct? The numerator again. Can someone please correct me if not? Okay. Okay. So the numerator should be a float. If that happens, what we get? The answer would be a float. Okay. When at least one operand is a floating point number. Okay. C performs floating point division, and the result will include the fractional part. Okay. So you must get it. Okay. I'll give you an example as well. Okay. So this is see, we get an error as well. You can't. It says, hey, you can't do it like that, but we did it like that. So 2.0. So in that case, can one make an answer? මොකද්ද ඒ ආන්සර් එක? ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම වුණොත් මොකද්ද ආන්සර් එක? What is the answer if I do something like this? What is the answer? 2.5. Okay, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. Again, because this is a float. So, according to our note, when at least one operand means the numerator or the denominator, is a floating point number, okay, or float or a double, okay. C performs floating point division, and the result will include the fractional part, okay. And something else. What would happen if I give it like this? What would happen? මොකක් වෙයිද? What would happen if I give it like this? Yep. Why? Because then it uses. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not the real part. Okay, I made an error only. Okay, now it should work. See, we get six numbers, six fractional parts because it uses the full capacity that it has. Okay, I think we discussed this. If we add it like this, we discussed this in the format specifiers as well. We would get if we add 2 in here dot 2, then we would get 3.50. Okay, so those things are simple stuff. So yeah. So the next thing is there is another division. Okay, the result of any arithmetic operation involving a float and double will always be a double, or sorry, it will always be a float, okay, not a double. Double means it is similar to float, but it's not really similar to float. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So it's the third one. Okay, so it's the third one. Okay, so here, oh, so now we have no questions. Okay, so this is the thing that we did. So we think, okay, so first of all, let me get the size of doubles and stuff, like size of ඔයාලා දන්නවද size double එකේ size එක කීයද කියලා? Size of double. කට්ටියට කියන්න ඕනද? කට්ටියට කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? 8යි. Okay. Size of float. You see. Continue. The thing I have now. Okay. අපි දැන් මේක execute කරලා බලමු. Okay. Why? Because we didn't save this. Alright. Oh. Okay. මේක තුනනේ. හරි. මේ size of a double, size of a float. ඒ කියන්නේ හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න double එක size එක 8යි. මෙතන කට්ටිය කියලා තියෙනවා. So people have said the size of a double is 8. That is true. The size of a double is 8, and the size of a float is what? 4. Okay, it's same as in. See, the size of a float is 4. The size of a double is 8. And okay, in the answer, we are dividing a float by a double. Okay, and what you have to remember, you see, in the size of operator, we get 8. X plus y means we are adding a float to a double. Okay, and then the answer is 8, which means the size of. So the result of any arithmetic operation involving a float and a double will always be a double. මොකක්ද ඒක තේරුම? මොකක් හරි arithmetic operation එකක් කරනවා නම් float and doubles එක්ක අනිවාර්යෙන් definitely एक output එක double එකක්. So you have to remember that because you would get questions like this. Okay, so float divided by float, it would be a float. So for an example, if we do it like this, let's just assume this is also a float. So in that case, what would happen? It won't be 8. See, it is 4. Only when doubles are involved, even if you have floats, the answer would always be a double. Okay, so understand them, get them to your mind, and play with those stuff. Then only you would get the perfect understanding. Anyone, I think you understood. If you have any questions, drop a message. Katira අවුලක් නැහැ. Yeah, those are it bites. Yeah. කටේට අවුලක් නැහැ නේද? ඒක තේරුණාද කොහොමද? Yeah, float එකකුයි එකතු කරොත් you get a float. Shape nail, did you get it? Did you understand what's going on? And yeah, I think you got it. Okay, nice. So now we'll go to the next slide. Okay. So the fourth one is int x equals 18 or equals 18. This one. I think you understand this one, right? I don't need to tell this. Make it the first one. I think you must get this. It's very simple. Yeah, I think you know it. Make a hurry pattern simple concept. Make a x equals x reminder of x equals x reminder, right? So in that case, the reminder here is 18 divided by 8 means 16. The reminder would be 2. So x means 8. In that case, x becomes 16. So in that case, the answer would be 16. Sorry, 8 divided 8 multiplied by 2. So y x is 2. The answer is 16. Okay. So nice. Okay, alright. The second one is a double. The fifth one is double x equals 2.3. This is also what? Pre-increment and post-increment. Right? Don't remember about pre and post increments. So in that case, see, what's the output? It's what? It's 3.30. Why? Because this is a pre-increment. So after this pre-increment, the value is 3.3. However, since this is a post-increment, even now the value is 3.3. If we do it like this, okay, assume if we do it like this, අපි මෙහෙම කරොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? අපි මෙහෙම කරනවා. Okay, අපි කියනවා මෙතන මේකේ හරිද? We say it is like this. මේක ඇල්ල අපි කියනවා plus x කියලා. So this is, what is this? This is a pre-increment. Okay, this is a pre-increment. This is a pre-increment. Okay, so if we take the output, if we take a look at the output, okay, GCC, it's 5, and see, we get 6. Why? Why are we getting 6 here? We are getting 6 because, oh wait a minute, I think wait a minute, See, we get 3.30 because this is a post increment. If we give this a pre-increment, what would happen? We would get 4.30. Okay. See, so I think you know the difference between pre and post increments. Yeah. No, because the fifth one is let me go to my slide again. So the fifth one is a post increment. In post increments, you don't get it like that. So in the this one first, what happens is this is being incremented by 1 in this part. This is a pre-increment. So the answer would be 3.30. After that, we are using that value first. After that only it is incremented by 1. You get to this point after doing this one. So in that case, the whole output would be 3.30. So this is a post and pre-increment thing. It would not be 5. Because it is about pre and post increment. Need to get it? Did you get it? Pre and post increment scene. If you didn't understand, drop me a message. I'll try to explain this after the session. Okay. Okay. So the third part is what? Comparison operators. What you have to remember is that every comparison operator would give out 0 or 1. It's not true or false, 0 or 1. So if the condition is true, it would give out 0. If the condition is 1, it would give out 1. If the condition is true, it would give out 1. Okay. So here we have two integers and we have d. D is a comparison operator. It checks whether A is equal to B. A is equal to B. So the B is also 1. A is 0. First, we this is a big logical operation. After that logical operation, we get 1. Make a did you get this part? I think you got it. It's hard to I can, but there's no need to, because I think it would take some time as well, but I can explain. But I think it's the same thing. See, this is the whole operation, the whole code. This is a logical operation. It checks whether first of all A is equal to C. If it is not, this is an operation. This is an O operation. Drop me a message and I'll explain after taking a call. Yeah, we don't need to explain it. So if you don't understand this part, just let me know and I'll explain it after the session. අනිවාර්යෙන් දාන්න message එක අමතක කරනවා. I'll explain. Now we get to the sort of like hard parts. The seventh one, we get a pointer, character pointer, num, and we check, and if it's equal to 1, we get 1. If not, it's 1. It's a lot. මෙතන කියන්නේ string එකක් තමයි අපි එළියට දෙන්නේ. This is a ternary operator. You remember about ternary operators, right? Ternary operators මතකයිනේ. So in that case, 1, 1. This is not 1, right? Because this is 0. එකෙන් බෙදුවාම ඉතුරු නැහැනේ. එකක්වත් ඉතුරු නැහැ. So there is no remainder called 1. So the answer should be 0. In that case, if this condition is true, we would get 1. If this condition is false, we would get 2. So the answer is 2. You got this, right? Okay. Okay. ඒකත් කලින් වගේම ternary operators බලන්න. හරිද? Okay. මෙතන මේ point එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ this is a character pointer. This is sort of like a string. This is actually a string. we get an output as a string. If we remove this star part, it is just a character. This simply means that we are giving out a character pointer, which means we are starting out a character and we are ending it here at one. It is sort of like a string. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah. So array is also like a pointer. Even arrays are addressed by the pointers. I'll explain it later. We have another section for that. Okay. Then we have a switch case stuff. The statement allows multiple cases to execute sequentially without interruption. Okay. Uh, Here, when answer is B is equal to 1, okay, we have case 1, okay, which prints out B. After that, we have a break. In that case, these code parts would not be executed, okay, so it goes there, okay. So then here the breaks in the when A is 2, this is the case, we do not have any break statements, okay, so we do not stop it. In that case, all of these things are executed. Printf is also this part is also executed, giving us B. However, there is a break, so we stop it. We do not go to this part. Can you guess what happens when we remove the default way? So we play around with this one a little bit, and then we will go there because yeah, okay, okay. Okay, හරි. දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා මගේ cases ටික. Okay. So if I remove this part as well, okay. First I am saying V is equal to 1. Okay. මෙතන වෙන්නේ මොකක් වෙයිද? Okay. So if we say GCC 8.c, okay. So and if you do it like this, see, the answer is BC. ඇයි? මේ default block එකත් automatically execute වෙනවා case එක 1. We didn't have a break. In that case, this part is also executed. Okay. Now, if A is 2, okay, and if we go there and if we do it like that, see, ABC තුනම print වෙනවා. Why? Because it goes here, here the case is true. However, we do not have any break statement, okay, which means the case won't stop. The case code would go down. It would, all the downward stuff also would be executed without checking the cases. So we get B, we get C. තේරුණාද? තේරුණාද? දැන් මෙතන මම break එකක් දැම්මොත් මේ මෙතන මෙහාට මොකුත් යන්නේ නැහැ. ඔන්න මේ ඒ වලින් නතර වෙනවා. Oh yeah. Let's just assume we have another case called 3, okay? Okay. Now what could happen is, then it would also check it. See, even then we do not have it anything like that. අපි දැන් මෙතන 3 දැම්මොත්, okay, 3 දැම්මොත් cases ටික ඔක්කොම උඩින් ඉඳලා check කරගෙන යන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. So the checking cases process would be started. See, case 2, case 1, case 3, you get to case 3, and then what happens? The condition is true. Then D would be printed. After that, there is no break statement, so C is also printed. Did you get it? Did you understand what's going on? So if B is 3, we check for case A, and we would not execute this stuff. It would get to this point and execute from this point onwards. Okay, so that's what you have to understand. I think you got it. Okay. කට්ටියට මේක තේරුණා නම් ස්මයිල් ෆේස් එකක් දාන්න නැත්නම් මේකක් දාන්න. තේරුණා නම් ස්මයිල් ෆේස් එකක්, or if you didn't understand this one, just put that one. Okay. Viman is laughing. Okay. Viman itadu na. Tarun is laughing. Abhishek is thumbs up. Okay. Vihan, Viman. Nice. Okay, Viman. Oh, Viman. If you, yeah. If B is equal to 4, we don't have A. So that's a great idea. If we put anything like this, what would happen is it would execute the default block. See, it would execute the default block. There are no cases for 4. Okay, there are no cases for 4. Okay, so in that case, we would be executing the default block. This part. Okay, so this part will be executed. All these parts we don't have any case for this, so the default block will be executed. Did you get it? I think you got it. Oh, nice. Okay. So in that case, I think you got the idea. M break statement if there are no break statement, it just goes down, right? See, this is a do while loop. Okay, we have a do while loop. The do block will execute at least once before checking the condition. Okay, so in that case, inside the do block, there is a while loop which never executes. See, while 0 means this means false. Okay, it is treated as false. Therefore, this part would never be executed. Okay, however, this part would be executed because why? Because this would be executed because no, all of these parts would not be executed. This whole block is not executed. Why? Because this is a while 0. This means while false. It will never be true. Cover dawat winne. So in that case, it would never happen. Let me give an example. Oh, we have the code here. See, this is a while 0. This is equal to while false in Python. Okay, since C does not have any booleans, this is while 0. While 0 means what? False. Okay, so in that case, this block will never be executed. This whole block from 4 to 5 will not be executed. Okay, so in that case, wait a minute. Sorry, I forgot something. This part would not be executed. This part, it won't be executed. Okay, and this part would be executed. Pre-increment post. In that case, the answer is 1. However, if we have a pre-increment like this, see, we have a pre-increment like this, the answer would be different from the exam's answer. Okay, see, then it won't be executed. First, we have to check whether x is smaller than 2. Here, this is a pre-increment, which means the value of the x is 2 now. If that happens, the value is definitely not 2, right? So in that case, this would not execute. Okay, so you have to understand it. Oh, no. I made a mistake. Sorry, I made a big mistake. See, the answer is 2. First of all, in do while loops, do loop is do section is executed first without checking the condition. Okay, here this part would never be run. Why? Because we have 0. This is a false loop. This would never run. So this part we would run. So in that case, it prints the x, and this is a pre-increment. If pre-increment happens, the output is 2. Okay, and this would never work because 2, and the program would stop. If we have a post increment, okay, see, like that. Okay, if we have a post increment, and if we run this, see, it's 1. If you look at this whole paper, you would see that we would have a lot of pre and false increments, pre and post increments. Okay, so you have to think about and understand pre increments and post increments will. Okay, because those things matters a lot. Okay. Yeah, sir knows that we generally don't think about pre and post increments. Inside in Dharma. So we lose marks. So think about that. That's a big point. Okay. හරි. කටේට එතන තේරුණා නේද මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා? තේරුණා නම් ස්මයිල් ෆේස් එකක් දාන්න. තේරුම් නැත්නම් yeah. Okay. Nice. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay. This is also some like this. Yeah, this is also a macro. However, for if statement, we are using if statements. Okay. So here, as you can see, okay, for this one, the output would be A. Why? First, we have defined a variable called mark. Okay. We are asking if define mark. Okay. If this is define mark, then we have printing 85. If this is not defined, else this is not working. And after that, after ending this whole block, we are printing A. මෙතන ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ macros තේරෙනවද? මේ මෙතන තියෙන macro එකක්. These are called macros. This is a if macro. Did you get this part? කට්ටියට තේරුණාද? Okay, so what is the use of this? Okay, so can you guess the output of this one? In this one, okay, okay, I will go to my program editor and I will get the challenge of 10 here and I'll explain. Okay, so here code snippet, we are defining something called debug and we are checking whether there is something called debug. If that is the case, we are printing debug mode is on. Okay, if that is not the case, else we are printing debug mode is off. And after that, the if block is over, the if block is starting here and the if block is over here. After that, we are printing program is running. Okay, so if you go here and see, the debug mode is on, the program is running. Okay, debug mode is on. Why? Because we have defined something called debug. If we remove this part and we run this, okay, නේ එතකොට debug mode එක off ඇයි because we do not have anything called debug. But if we have it like this, then this part would be executed. තේරුණා නේද? So in that case, we can use this to have conditional compiling. If this is true, then we are turning on the debug mode. If we do not have this line, see, this line gets colored. If we have this line gets colored. See, did you see the difference? So you should be able to see the difference. So this is an if macro. So it first if checks whether there is something called debug. If there is not, so in that case, it says the debug mode is off. We have a thing called debug, so the debug mode is on. After finishing these lines, we are going to this line and we are printing program is running. This is what happens in there as on the 10th one, I guess. Okay, so කට්ටියට ඒක තේරුණාද? මේක තේරුණාද? Did you understand this one? කට්ටියට තේරුණා නේද? Yeah. Unless එක දැම්මොත්. Okay. Okay. So now we have undef. Okay, undef debug. See, then it is works because this is first defined. We are adding a definition and then we are undefing it. We are removing. In that case, there is no definition, so this part would be run. Okay, you see. See, debug mode is off. Again, undef කියන්නේ definition එකේ අනිත් පැත්ත. ඒකෙන් කරන්නේ definition එක අයින් කරන එක. Okay, so I think you understood. Okay, you got it? තේරුණා නේද? කට්ටියට තේරෙන්න ඕන දැන් නම්. එතකොට define කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, undef කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ if defined, this means okay, if defined, okay, and if not defined, and we are ending it. තේරුණා නේද? තේරුණා නේද? Did you get it? Okay, nice. Okay. හරි, දැන් white board එකට යන වෙලාව. හරිද? white board එකට යන්න ඇයි කියලා මම ඔයාලට කියන්න. මොකද white board එකට යන්න වෙනවා මේකට උත්තර දෙන්න. මේකට උත්තර දෙන්න white board එකට යන්න වෙනවා මට. මොකද yeah. So I need to get to the whiteboard in order to give the answer for this. So we'll go to the whiteboard. We want my whiteboard on කරලා my whiteboard එකේ පේන්නේ නැතුව ඉතින් දැන් මම whiteboard එකේ යනවා ඕගොල්ලන්ට messages තියෙනවා නම් දාන්න මේ හරි එතකොට මේ තියෙන්නේ තුන්වෙනි question එක theoretical question එකක් හරිද හරි theoretical question එක නෙවෙයි මේක this is not really a theoretical question. This is sort of like understanding the code at the given time. So you have to be able to understand the code, you have to be quick, and then you have to analyze it, and then you have to answer it. Okay? It's sort of hard, I know, but yeah, we have to keep going. So first of all, about our code එක තියෙනවා නේද? All of you have the code, right? Do you have the code with you? Like the question. question එක නැත්තම් raise hand කරන්න. Okay, all of you have the question, right? Question එක තියෙනවද එහෙමද? I guess you have the question. So yeah, in this case, in that case, we'll move on with the question. So the following C program encode and decode your messages using the algorithms defined in the function named encode and decode. So when you think about a question like this, first you have to read the code or skim the code. Okay, scan the code, and you would see there is a definition for 26. Okay, we had a problem like this. 26 was being used for something regarding alphabets. Okay, so in the alphabet we have 26 letters. Since we are doing encoding and decoding, we have to think in a way that ASCII numbers are involved. Okay, so we have two functions called encoder and decoder. We have two functions called encoder and decoder. Okay, both of these functions takes a message, which is a string, and a number, a, which is a number. Okay, both of these functions take a number and a string. Okay, the encoder function encodes it, decoder removes the encoding part and gives you the original message. Okay, then we have the main function. It defines a message. A message has 20 characters, and we have a key, and then we are entering the message, and we are given a prompt to enter a key between 1 and 26. Okay, and after that, now we have to call the function to encode your message. In the first part, okay, the first question is we have to call the function to encode your message. Write down the code line needed at line 1. So first of all, we have to what? We have to encode the message. So the answer for the first one is encode, encode, then we are giving the message. And what? The key. Okay. Okay, I will go to the code line in here. I wrote the code for this one actually. So then it would be way more easy for you. නැත්තම් තේරෙන්නේ නැති. Yeah. Make a ඔයාලට පේනවනේ මේ කෝඩ් එක. Okay, so yeah, so first of all, we are getting the inputs, we are entering the message to be encrypted, and then when you are reading this, you should be able to understand this is regarding something called encoding and decoding. Okay, we have a message, we get the message, and then we enter the key. The key being a number, a value from 1 to 65. Sorry, 1 to 26. Okay, sorry, again I forgot the code to enter an integer between 1 to 26. Okay, so the answer for the first one is this part, encoder, and this part. Okay, encoder, for the encoder functions we are giving the message and the key. Okay, okay, after that we have the encoded message, and then we are calling the decoder again. when we have the decoded message. Okay. For the encoder function, first of all, I will explain to you what encoder function does. Okay. We have a function called encoder. It takes a message and then the input. Okay. First of all, it iterates through the message. Okay. So if the message is A, B, C, D, okay, in the encoder function, this iterates through the message, which means we are taking A, B, C, D one by one. Okay. After that, for that message, we are saying A will this part, this item, which is a message 0, right? This would be equal to what? This would be equal to MSGI. Sorry, we are saying MSGI not equal to, sorry, MSGI minus A plus N size plus A. හරිද? මේ මෙතන මොකක්ද මේකෙන් කියන්නේ? අපි මෙතන හිතුවොත් message එකේ ABCD කියලා, we get this MSGI means what? A. If we are iterating, this is the first iteration. Okay. MSGI means A. We are doing it like this. N is the key. The key being, let's just assume the key is 1. Okay. So plus 1, size is 26 plus 8. We are doing something like this. Here, we said before that, according to the ASCII standard, capital is A is equal to 65. So in that case, we are doing it like this. Okay. So we get the answer 65, 0, 1, 26 plus 8. So as you know, in this expression, definitely this one would be 65 plus 26 is 91. Okay. So in that case, this is 91. The answer, the remainder is 1. Okay. Because 1 is being divided by 91. So 191 divided. So the answer would be what? 91. So, oh, wait a minute.
දන අතන මොඩියල් එකකින් කරලා ඉන්නව නේද?
පොඩ ඉන්න. ඉස්සෙල්ලා වරහන් කරලා ඉන්න ඕනේ. First of all, you have to do the like parenthesis first. තියෙනවා. In the code line, we have a parenthesis, so you have to do it in the first. See, you have a parenthesis in here. Sorry, I forgot something. Here, oh my goodness, I forgot something. So sorry about this. MSG, okay, it's confusing, I know. MSG I minus A plus N. After doing this, only we have to edit. Okay. Okay. Now this 65. Okay. Capital A minus simple A plus key is 1. Okay. And this is 26 plus A. Okay. This becomes 1. See, the remainder of this one would be what? The remainder of this one, okay, would be what? This one would be 1. The remainder would be 1. 26 divided by 1. In that, 1 divided by 26. So in that case, the remainder or the things that remains or left would be the first one would be 0. So in that case, there would be no reminders. Actually, this is 0. Okay. However, this part is 0 in the first one. This part, this whole part is 0. Okay. No, wait a minute. So it's 1. Sorry, 1. So in this case, the answer would be 66. Did you get it? Here the reminder is 26. And then you get it like this. මෙතන මේක තේරුණාද? ඒක තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද මොකද කියන්නේ? මෙතන තේරුණාද? It's confusing. Should be might be confusing. Okay. හරි. මෙතන කට්ටියට අවුල් නම් okay. First of all, we run this code and see what happens. Then after that, we will come to this because කට්ටියට මෙතන අවුල් වෙලා okay. So in that case, it's a second question. Okay, hurry. Enter the message. I'm giving ABCD. Okay. Enter the key. The key would be 1. See, the encoded message is BCDE. මොකක්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? මේ A තියෙනවා and there is B. 1 is added. BC, CD, ED, DE. See, 1 is added. Okay. So if the key is 1, 1 is added. Okay. Okay, I am getting a lot of okay stuff. Yeah. So if the key is 1, 1 is added. See, here as well, if this is B, what is the meaning of this? B means 66 minus 65 plus 1. In that case, this becomes 2. The remainder of this one. In that case also, yeah, this becomes 2. So in that case, 65 plus 2, which is 67. 65, 66, 67. Okay, did you get it? The method. So in that case, this one would be 67. So B is 66, C is 67. So what has happened is that we have encrypted this one to 67. The answer has gotten to 67 if the key is 1. Okay. Make a තේරුණාද? එතකොට මේ key එකට අනුව according to the key that we give, the output changes. Okay. So if we give the key as 2, okay, if we give the key as 2, okay, then A එකට දෙකක් එකතු වෙලා A B C B C D C D E D E F. So 2 has been added to the encoded message. මෙතන තේරුණාද මේ වෙන දේ ඔයගලන්ට? ඔය කට්ටියට රිමයින්ඩර් එක තේරෙන්නේ නැල්ලු. රිමයින්ඩර් එක තේරෙන්නේ නැති තව කවුරු ඉන්නවද? ඒ කියන්නේ රිමයින්ඩර් එක කොහොමද එතන එන්නේ කියලා. If you don't understand what happens on the reminder, can someone raise your hand? Again, reminder ke tering mein give the reaction. Okay, okay. Here, what we are doing is we are doing it like this. Okay, the reminder කියන්නේ මෙතන මෙහෙමනේ දෙක 26 බෙදනවා. In that case, we have nothing. Okay, so if we do it like this, we get 2. See, the remainder is 2 and the answer is 0. We have gotten 2, but this one is 0. If 26 is divided by 26, see 26, the remainder is 0. Here the remainder is 2. Then තේරුණාද? එතකොට මෙතන okay, did you understand the reminding stuff now? Okay. Then කට්ටියට තේරිලා වගේ. Yep. Okay, so we got an example like this. Okay, so අපි මේක ආයෙ මකමු because okay, so in the code line, okay, I'm highlighting the code line now. In here, okay, this part according to, okay, screwed up the code. Okay, in this part, okay, what happens is it iterates through the message, okay, until the end of the message. This is the character ending mark, character ending symbol. It iterates through the message, and we are giving a new value to the message by doing a message I equals to what? Message I minus capital A plus N size plus A. Okay, so this should happen for every iteration. හරිද? එතකොට අපි assume කරොත් ඉස්සෙල්ලා A නෙන්නේ. So for A, you saw that A becomes B, or 65 becomes 66 if the key is 1. So for B, you saw that for B becomes C, 66 becomes 67. Okay, for C, අපි C දෙන්නොත් මෙතන C means 67. So this is 68. 65 plus 1. So in that case, but this would be 4, right? See, 68 minus 65 plus 1 means what? 4, right? Because this is 3, 4 remainder 26 plus 65. This is becomes 4, 65, 69. So here C has become what? 69 means 66 means A, 65 means A, 67, 66 B, 67 C, 68 what? B. So here this has become it says 67, okay? So in that case he has 67. So in that case this is 3. So in that case 3. 67. This is 3. So in that case this is 3. This is 68. Okay. C has become B. 67 has become 68. Okay. We can go through everything, and then we can see that one is being added. Okay. There is something going on. We are encrypting the message. Did you get it? Patel, තේරුණාද? Did you get it? මෙතන තේරුණාද? මේ කෑල්ල තේරුණ කට්ටිය අත උස්සන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ හිනා drop this reaction if you understood what's going on. Okay. කට්ටිය වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා තේරෙනවලු කෝඩ් එක තේරෙන්නේ. Okay, so this is a for loop. Okay, it goes through it like this. we have a for loop. First of all, the variable is 0. If the message has something like this, it means that the character is ended. Okay. If we get it like this, don't go through that line. Okay. Until then, go through this one. I plus plus means you know that, right? So this one goes to the first element and it does the calculation for the first element, and then the second element, third element, like that it goes on. Did you get it? මේ තේරුණා නේද? Okay, so okay, nice, we got it. Okay, so yeah, so in that case, I think you got this. And then after that, after encoding this one, we get a message. Okay, we get an encoded message. The second question is, what is the output of the program when I enter A, B, C, D and tree for the prompts respectively? So I enter the key as tree. In that case, ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙනවා ඇති මේ බලන්න A කියන එක්කෙනාට එහෙනම් තුනක් එකතු වෙන්න ඕන. තුනක් කියන්නේ A, B, C, A කියන එක්කෙනා D වෙනවා කියලා ඔයාලා input වලින් පොඩ්ඩක් test කරලා බලුවොත් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. So in that case, I'm giving the message A, B, C, D and giving the key as tree. See? A has become B, B has become E, C has become F, D has become G. මෙතෙන් වෙනකන් තේරුණා නේද කට්ටියට? I think you got this, right? You got this, right? I think you got this. So yeah. Okay, so I think you got this one. තේරුණා නේද කට්ටියට? මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා? So the code is going like this. ඊට පස්සේ decoder කියලා function එකක් තියෙනවා. We have to write the decoder function. Okay, so just like that, first we got the message. Now we need to minus it, or let's just say remove the encryption. In order to do that, we do it like this. We get the A, and A minus A means 0, and then we are removing this key as well. See, we are removing the key, and we are inputting the increasing the size. We are adding the size 26, and then we are doing everything as before. මේ මෙතන පොඩි වෙනසක් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. See, the encoder function, decoder function, a simple change has happened. මම හිතන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒක තේරෙනවා. I කියන්න නෑ නේද? Understood? I think some people are okay. Decoder එක ගත්තේ. So some people are asking how I got the decoder function. So what I did was, when I was doing the paper, first of all, I had a table. Okay, I had a table like this. As you can see on the whiteboard, I had a table like this. Okay, for the encoder function, I analyzed the code and I tried to understand what's going on. Okay, I had a table like this. Okay, and then I understood for the decoder function, what should happen is I should be able to get the original values. So for the decoder function, I am adding 66. So I should get 65. Okay. So in order to do that, I created a simple calculation and I checked it for 2 or 3 times. And if it works, I used it. Okay. So that's how I got this part. Okay. කට්ටියට ඒක තේරුණා නේද? එතකොට ඒක හිතන්නේ, if you get a question like this, what we should do is we should think it differently. Like we should have a table and we should map inputs to the outputs, and we should find a pattern. And then after finding that pattern, then we can check and try to understand the pattern in here. After that, then you can easily make like a mathematical function a very simple one, and then you can do it. Okay, so I think that those encryptor and decryptor functions are definitely coming, even for the last year as well. In that case, you should be able to understand it. So take a look at this code. I will. Shall I send this code to the group? Then it would be easier. Not again. Cutting again. මම එක දාන්න group එකට. හරි. ඉන්න මම group එකට දාන්න. හරි. මම group එකට code එක දානවා. කට්ටිය code එක බලන්න and try to understand the code and try to make differences. Try to understand it. Okay. කට්ටියට මේක තේරුණා නේද? මේක තේරුණානේ? තේරුණා නම් smile face එකක් දාන්න. තේරුනේ නැත්නම් අඬන මුණක් දාන්න. Oh, yeah. Yeah. කට්ටියට තේරුණා වගේ. ජූට තේරුණා නෑ. Okay. Yeah. Some people might not get this for the first time. So take a look into it another time and then you will understand. I sent you the code. So I think you'll be able to do it. If not, let me know. Drop me a message after this session and I will help you. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to the third question. Okay. The third question, first of all, we have a question called write down the differences between union and structure in a C programming language. So I think this is a theoretical part. You know this. Okay. I'm not going to go through this all the time, like in depth. A union is is different to the structure, to the strut. Okay. In the union, what you have to remember is that the size, the size of the union is definitely the largest element. So if we have a character and a float, the size of the union would be 4 bytes. Why? Because the largest data attribute is float. Okay. ඒ නිසා 15 තමයි 4 තමයි එන්නේ. Okay. So you must be able to understand it. මේ තියෙන්නේ theoretical part එකක්. මේක තේරෙන්නේ නේද ඔයාලට? The differences between the union and the structures. තේරෙනව නේද? I think you understand this one. This one you don't. I think it's pretty easy. I think I don't know the time actually. We started at 10 and I think the time is going